Haha, Sean's the first one in. He wins a cookie. We'll find out how this new Google stuff actually works. If it actually works. I'm not going to say it's going to actually work. Well, there's Alyssa. We're all part of the dark side here. There's no light side anymore. Remember, it's all gray. I know I still haven't gotten a notification we went live yet either, so. It just comes right out. Fuck Ryan Johnson. What's going on, Matt? It didn't even come in. Man, he came in here swinging. Oh, God, that's hilarious. Deadpool needs a lightsaber. Deadpool has a lightsaber that he is going to kill Rey repeatedly over and over with. I don't know why you can't have light side and dark side anymore because the left. That's the only thing I can. It's the only thing I can say. I don't know. I'm gonna kill Rey over and over and over again. It's gonna be hilarious. Oh, I can't wait to get filming on that. I'm still waiting on another mask. It's actually the same material as the suit, so it'll match perfect. Um, I mean, the mask is great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's actually perfect, but it just needs to match the suit since I got the new suit. That's the actual material. Deadpool kills Star Wars. Period. Uh, it really depends on what I dress up as. If I'm light or dark. Uh, at this point, man, I think we're all going dark. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I mean, I enjoyed. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed every bit of roasting Ryan Johnson. I enjoyed every bit of that. That was that whole episode 8. Just there's nothing. I mean, there was nothing there that made any sense. Oh, absolutely not. GJ is not a ploy from Lucasfilm. No, absolutely not. No. Mike's not happy. Actually, Mike's embarrassed, but I mean, he really shouldn't be embarrassed. Um, well, I don't have a Vader yet, because I mean, I don't have one yet. I do have another Revan that I'm working on that's actually screen accurate, so I can bring. Well, I mean, I can't. Well, I guess I could be both of them. I mean, I could be Revan and Deadpool, but um, sure. Come to the dark side, Alyssa. We got cookies. Why is Gamora? There's man. Ain't wow. It's been forever. Uh, Ryan decided to pick on Mike because he thought it was an easy target. Plain and simple. Um, but that's okay because I have two brand new Zeroed shirts now. Both of them digging on Ryan Johnson, especially after the roast. So that is an actual word now. Ryan's trilogy is never going to happen. I sent that video directly to his ass. Now Mike knows it's never going to happen. Um, well, the reason, all right, think about it like when you were in school. All right, you're not going to attack. You're not going to attack the hard ones. You're going to go after the weak. Now, I'm not saying Mike's weak. I like Mike, but Mike is not. Mike is about as dangerous as a head of lettuce. All right, just plain and simple. Mike is as non. Um, hey, there's Ron. Non-confrontary. I mean, as you can get. So the reason he was brought up is because he does 20 videos a day. You know, and of course he throws out every bit of information. Granted, he does it one sentence at a time. He does a 5-minute video on one sentence that was released in a news thing, and he goes through the whole entire thing and then does the one sentence and then everything else. So when they look back on it, and seriously, when you do a YouTube video on, or you do a search on episode 9 spoilers or episode 8 spoilers, he's the very first one that comes up, and that's because he puts out so much content. Whether it's good, bad, indifferent, whether it's all speculation or not, makes no difference. Mike's playing the game. The game is how many clicks can you get on your video, because that's how much we're going to pay. So that's how the game is, and so the more subs you get means absolutely nothing, absolutely nothing. It's you could have 12,000 subs, 15,000 subs, but if they're not loyal and they don't come back and watch your videos and they don't interact with the videos, which I'm telling you, the interaction on the videos is extremely important. Liking, disliking, and even disliking, but as long as you like it or leave a comment or anything else, the more comments left and the more likes or dislikes or anything else, the more interaction you get going on the video, the more likely it is to be recommended to somebody else, which will bring somebody new into your channel. Out of the subscribers that I have right now, a lot of them were brought in from recommended videos, but they've stayed around because they're the best subscribers anybody could ever have, period. So, I mean, they're extremely loyal, every one of them. And I can go through names whenever we do chats and everything else. And I can go through names and I can pretty much I can tell you where everybody is from. And I can tell you where, how their personality is. And I can tell you pretty much anything you need to know about these people, because we go through this a lot. And you get to see them in the chat. I mean, a lot of people watch the live chats but never get up in the chat stream. And that's fine too. But, you know, well, because Alex Becker is not a Star Wars channel. Alex Becker is a I'm gonna sell you my thing channel for $4,000 a month. But every now and then he'll do a Star Wars video just to kind of break up the monotony. So he's not really a Star Wars channel, so he doesn't really come up because he doesn't have that many videos. No, that's not what I'm telling you. That's not why they picked him. That's not how that happened at all. At all. Because it didn't actually put a positive light on anything. It actually put a negative light on everything. It put an extremely negative light on episode 9. And it didn't really get him any more subscribers because his subscribers know exactly what his content is. Your content is what your content is. If I sat here and did videos on making these costumes and making props and everything else, every time you tuned in, then you would assume that we were going to be showing how to make a costume or make a prop or anything else. Now, I did not make the Deadpool. I did make the accessories, all the accessories that go with the Deadpool. I did make all those. I did not make the actual suit. The suit is screen accurate. The last two that I had were not screen accurate. This one is actually screen accurate. It is the 4-way stretch material, laced and interlined and everything else. The thing is actually badass and comfortable and fits perfect. That's the only one I have not made. Um, the rest of the stuff here is just, so you would assume that I would be making it. So, oh man, I love the DP too. I got to do a different strap. Because Deadpool 2, he had a different strap for some fucking reason. I don't know. And then I'm making a new leg holder for the knife. The one I've got's fine, but it changed. It went from black to brown. So I'm just going to make a brown one out of leather. Do a Black Panther costume. I thought the Black Panther costume was actually pretty cool myself. I built I've built 3 of them. Of course, we buy them in kits. But then you have to, believe me, it comes in a box of jumbled up shit. You have to cut everything down and make it fit and everything else. But I've got a TK, a TD, which is a Sand Trooper, and then I've got a Shadow Trooper. I have 2 more boxes, 2 more kits out there, and then I have 2 more kits that are going actually for the auction to raise money for Mara Jade. I still haven't gotten a notification that we're live either. So, hugs to you too, Alyssa. Well, all of my kits come from authorized 501st. Like my favorite armor, I have 2 favorites. AP Armor. They always keep the stuff in stock. They have the best armor. Period. I mean, period. The AP Armor is all of them are pulled. For the 501st stuff, all of them have to be pulled off of original molds. But the AP Armor is awesome. The other armor that I have is from WTF, Walt's Trooper Factory. And that's where my Shadow Trooper and my TD came from. And I use some accessories from Trooper Bay, but you don't have a Star Wars wife anymore. Yeah, so, and then that's from my TK. My other is a Sand Trooper, so it looks all to hell. But well, the AP is, I'm 6'1.5", and my AP armor fits me perfect. And I'm 6'1.5", 188 pounds, and it fits me perfect. The AP armor. The WTF, the Walt's Trooper Factory armor is more labor intensive in cutting out, and especially getting it to fit. The biggest problem AP armor has is if you're going to do a TK. If you're going to do a TD, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, 230 pounds, yeah, is a little bit different, but you can still just shim it on the outside. The Super Duper cut is so freaking badass for Deadpool 2. Holy shit. And Deadpool 2 was amazing. Fun. Exactly, fun. I mean, really. It was so nice just to get away from the Star Wars bullshit, and just have fun. And it's going to see Deadpool 2 was just fun. But then the Super Duper cut is, holy shit. It's even better. I mean, it's even better. The Super Duper cut is freaking awesome. Hey, there's my buddy Mike. Let's talk Star Wars. DJD, what's going on, guys? I do love my AP armor though. I can tell you the people that I don't like, and I mean, I'm sure my 501st people out there would probably piss themselves if I started naming names on who I don't like. But um, to be honest with you, everybody knows. I mean, even Mike at Let's Talk Star Wars, he knows. I detest the company. Their quality has went to shit, and their customer service is crap. Now, on the other hand, Mark at AP Armor is badass. Has the shit in stock, sends it out the very next day, and you'll have your complete armor set in 3 days. If you're not comfortable making your helmet, which can take a lot of time, for an additional $40, your helmet will come, and only thing you will have to do is put the screws in it, and it's ready to go. It is already completely cut down, ready to go. Everything's cut out, teeth are cut out, eyes are cut out, and he does that for $40. Um, because building the helmets is a pain in the ass. Cutting all that shit out is a pain in the ass. Now, when you get done with it, I mean, you get a sense of accomplishment. So, the E11 blaster, Hyperfirm, but I actually have the mold here. So I just molded myself. Um, yeah, I kind of ripped it off. I bought one and then turned around and just made one. Just made one. Um, it's easy to do the helmet whenever I get Mark to cut that shit out for me because all I got to do is put 3 screws in the damn thing and the bitch is done. Well, 6 screws and it's done. Um, oh my god, I saw the Dave Batista thing. Now I saw that. There's actually 2 articles now on the Dave Batista deal. The one article, and I think I don't know. Yeah. See, the thing is, Aaron, is with the AP armor, it's in stock, and you can tell him what size you are, and he can make the necessary adjustments and send you the additional shims that you'll need in order to make the cod piece and chest piece fit. Um, oh man, Batista has lost his fucking mind. That dude, oh my god, man, I am telling you, um, that dude has lost his freaking mind. All right, so he goes on a television show. He detests Disney. Now here's the kicker. Now, one article. I'm just going to go with one first because the other, I'm sure somebody's already done a video on. This one right here, I don't know if anybody's done a video on it or not. Well, I mean, he released details on Avengers 4 already because he's already shot his part in Avengers 4. He's already shot his part for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's right. He's already shot his part for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He's already shot his part for Guardians of the Galaxy 4. And he released the information. He said, "Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to release that information." I think he's trying to get fired. This motherfucker has lost his damn mind. All right, so that's one article. That is one article that I don't know if anybody has done anything on or not. But the other one, I'm pretty sure everybody has picked up on it because it come up on my feed, and I was just like, look, you know, I'm sure everybody's going to do a video on this, and if you know me and you know my channel, I don't like to just sit there and do the same videos that everybody else is doing, even though I might have a different take and a different perspective, point of view, anything else. Which sometimes we do the same articles, but I don't think anybody's done that one right there where he actually released the freaking shit there's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers 4, and he's already shot his part. Plus, he's already shot his part in 3. Um, so I don't even know why he's bitching. Honestly, I don't even know why he's bitching. If they're going to use the freaking script, um, if they're going to use the damn script, he's already shot his stuff, then he has nothing else left to do with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He needs to take the dildo out of his ass. And if James Gunn was really his friend, James Gunn would say, "Look, dude, you need to stop. You need to stop." I mean, I appreciate the support, but you really need to stop because what this is going to turn into is going to turn into ruining his damn career. What career he has left? Now, the other article that came out was about how much he detested working for Disney. Um, and it's not just an article. He went on a TV show and said this. Um, that how much he detested working for Disney, how much he does not um, want to work for Disney, doesn't want to be associated with Disney in any way, and it makes him feel sick to his stomach that he is associated with Disney on TV. Seriously, on TV. So that article got picked up as well. Um, exactly. I mean, if James Gunn really gave a shit. I mean, and I would be doing the same thing if it was any one of my friends. I'd be like, "Hey, man, you need to back off. You need to let somebody take over your Twitter account. Let a handler handle that stuff. You just chill out. You know, you may not like it, but look, I mean, because I can tell you this: there have been plenty of people, way, way bigger people than Dave Batista in Hollywood, that once they found out that they were hard to work with and would be vocal and spoke out, they wouldn't get hired again by anybody. True story. So, and he's not the biggest superstar out there. Well, I mean, Drax may be recasted, but I mean, he's already shot his parts for 3 and 4, Avengers 4 and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That is, and he's still bitching. Yeah, man, he leaked so much information. It wasn't even funny. Um, well, I don't know if it's going to be September now. Um, she has to be there until the end and until this movie is done filming. Um, that's a right now. It's a contract matter. Um, I mean, they already paid James Gunn uh, uh, millions of dollars to get him out of his contract. Um, right now, it's the same deal with Ryan Johnson. Uh, Kathleen Kennedy signed him to a contract for these 3 freaking movies. Remember, she also signed Aaron Reich to a contract for 3 movies. Well, they're not going to use Aaron Reich for 3 movies either. So, well, you have a contract for 3 movies. You're going to have to get paid for those 3 movies. So at this point, is it better to buy him out? Absolutely. Um, his stuff's never going to get made. Trust me. They know it's cheaper to buy it out than it is to make the movie and lose all this money. Now, Kathleen Kennedy is also under contract. Her contract does end. Now, Batista's contract does end at the end of the year with Disney. So there's not going to be a movie released before the end of the movie. Well, Johnson isn't doing anything. It's it's just like Dave Lasseter. All right, so Dave Lasseter gets connected to this hashtag Me Too deal where he was harassing some women. So Disney got him the hell out of there. Still on the payroll, but not been at Pixar. There's a whole lot of bullshit going on at Disney right now, and most of it is having to get these damn contract shits out of the way. Um, he's not a threat. He's not gonna ever make his trilogy. He is very, very well aware of this. He has been told that his shit is not going to happen. He has been told. It's not like he does not know. Well, it says Dave Lassiter's being moved somewhere else, but Dave Lassiter's contract is also up at the end of the year. Yes, what's up, Mathers? Yes, I just felt like, since I missed the Thursday night one, haven't been feeling all that well, and you know, um, I know I still haven't gotten anything saying that we're live yet. So as far as I know, this is all in my freaking head, and I'm just on medication. So I don't know. Oh, what's up, Senator Dave? What's happening, man? Till Leaders here. I have been working today. I've been working on designing the shirts for the different squads. And I have been working on designing the shirts for, um, yeah, I know. It still hasn't said I've went live yet. There's half the people in here just happen to catch it. There's no notification been sent out. Um, but I mean, I just got finished like just doing some stuff up in here, and I had everything done, and I was like, screw it, I'll just go live for a minute and see what happens. And because I mean, I was going to do a video on the Batista thing, and which I probably still will, um, because I feel like roasting some more people. I felt way better when I got done with the Ryan Johnson video. Um, I mean, the little lightsaber for the kid at the freaking end, just that shit was hilarious. I couldn't help it, and it was one of the first. I mean, I felt like shit when I made the video, but I mean, when I got done making the video and everything else, and it was fun. I mean, it was fun. And at the end of the day, I mean, that's what this channel's supposed to be. I mean, I understand that we're giving news. Most of it's bad, but we're giving news. And if you can't make it fun, then you know. So if his shit was really going to happen, because I know the video I made where I made a point right there in the video and said his trilogy will never happen. I can tell you that right now for a fact. It is not going to happen. That video right there. All right. So if Mike Zero was the big target, and it was because of Mike Zero that he was not going to get his, Mike Zero announced that he's not going to get his trilogy, and then he can make fun of it. But when it comes from me, because we've already had this discussion, when it comes from me, he knows damn well that I know what I'm talking about. So he can't just put my video up there and go, "Oh yeah, well this right here is, oh yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about," because I can start naming names. Seriously, I can start naming names. So he's not going to sit there and say, "Nope, this guy right here doesn't know what he's talking about." Um, like I said, even before, I could not get him to block me. There's a reason he can't block me. Um, I mean, yeah, I got dirt on him, but I mean, he can't block me. Period. And he knows damn well that I already know the same people he does. So um, he just continues to devaluate the company. I mean, seriously, he just continues to devaluate the company. Just having him there just devaluates the damn company. Um, uh, he needs to. Yeah, well, he can delete all the damn tweets he wants, because I mean, they're stored in a cache in my damn in my freaking computer, and I just pull them up and go, "Oh yeah, there you go." Cut that shit out and throw it up there. Mike Zeros is harmless as a freaking fly, which is what makes him a very easy target. And did he throw a whole bunch of rumors out there? Absolutely, he threw a shit ton of damn rumors out there, and speculation and everything else. Did he get a few things right? Absolutely. And when I say he got a few things right, I'm talking about like the fact that Luke never left the island. He got that right. Now, who would have ever thought that Luke would have never leave the island? Now, his whole point is he was always wrong. Luke never left the island, and that's what he said. And sure enough, Luke never left the island. And he also did the one where Ray and Swolo Ren are having finger sex inside the hut, and Luke blows the door in. Okay, well, guess what? It was actually in the movie. All right, try figuring that one out, because who would have ever thought that they were going to be having finger sex? Not me. But I guess that's why they wear rubber gloves. Um, man, I'm absolutely glad finger sex isn't a real thing, or man, I'd have kids everywhere from when I was a teenager. My God. Perseus, man, love you too. Um, just glad you're able to stop by and just hit that like on the way out. And man, I appreciate every one of y'all guys. I honestly do. I mean, seriously. Seriously, every one of y'all guys, man, y'all are the best. I mean, I realize that we get a bunch of non-subscribers to watch these videos and everything else that go up, and they comment and everything else, and that's great. Um, but we've got the same core group that we've had for a long, long time, and these are really, really just good people. Period. Um, People that understand that I'm not out there to destroy Star Wars. I'm not out there. I'm doing this shit because I love it. I'm not out there to destroy it. Um, None of us are. I mean, you wouldn't get mad about something you didn't care about. Um, oh yeah, man, I love the Revan. I made this whole one. I made that whole one. That whole one. That one. That one. That trooper over there. Um, this one right here, I made quite a bit of it. I mean, quite a bit of the Revan. The mask came from a mold. It's fiberglass, actually a fiberglass mask. Um, I don't know how comfortable it's going to be to wear with it being fiberglass, but I did seal it off on the inside, so we'll find out. I made the accessories and everything else for the Deadpool. So all the accessories I made. The suit is actually made by a professional company that makes. They're the actual people that make the suit for Ryan Reynolds for the movie. So I had them make me the exact suit to my dimension. So it is an actual authentic screen version. And the mask, they're making the mask right now. So with the same material and everything else, this is another mask that I had from a different Deadpool costume that I did put together myself. And man, it's not comfortable. One, two, it was hotter than hell. This one is actually breathable. I can wear this thing outside right now, um, and not worry about overheating in it. It's freaking awesome. The thing's badass compared to mine. Jesus, by the time I put it on, it's like wearing a big condom. I mean, seriously, I was just sweating to death. Um, the Deadpool cost quite a bit. Um, Now I am in the middle of working on a new Revan. Um, Mike has got Mike has got the stuff to do the chest piece and everything else. I've got the actual cloth, the hooks, the tabs, everything else. So I'll be putting all that stuff together, and then once I get up with Mike, we'll do the chest piece, and we'll do. I'm gonna do the arm. I'm gonna go ahead and do the arm armor. Um, but I I just it gives me something else to do. Like I don't have enough already. I just like making shit, building shit. So and I really need to finish that freaking stormtrooper costume I have sitting over there. Um, well, thank you, Hound. I appreciate that. So glad you're checking my leg. I could be like Jeremy and show you my feet, but I don't have that many subs yet. Um, and there ain't 1,000 likes. So at 1,000 likes, I'll show you my feet. For y'all perverts. Um, But every one of these can be every one. I mean, I wear every one of them. I mean, I wear every one of them, so I can actually anytime I need to be any character, I can be a character. Plus, I've got which I mean, I've worn it. I've worn it on a video. I have a um, Imperial captain uniform, um, which is friggin' awesome. Um, oh, oh, Bastila. Mm. Well, see, Mara Jade's her real outfit like wasn't all that impressive. Um, Bastila, mm-mm. Yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing Coder way too much here lately. Just way too much, way too much. Like Basila's a babe. I'll give it that. And the accent just helps out too. I hated I had to kick her ass, especially so easily. But you know, sometimes you just got to show them the back of the hand. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not still on the ship. No, no, no. You know what the glitch was with getting off of the damn ship? This is the glitch. The glitch is you have to be yourself instead of one of your party that goes through the door to the launch bay. If you are somebody other than yourself going through the door at the launch bay, you will not be able to, even if you defeat all of the Imperial ships, you will not be able to leave. It will freeze and stop. So you have to go back and do that shit again. Well, I finally figured out that you have to be yourself as you go through the door. Once you go through the door and you are yourself, you can go ahead and wipe all the damn ships out and leave and go to the next planet. So that's how all that works. Uh, I've been figuring out all the little quirks and everything else with the PC version of this thing for a long time. No, I actually finished it already and went through it. Well, I finished it going as uh, Darth Revan. I finished it doing it that route the first time, just so I could keep my woman with me. And now the second time, I'm getting ready to face Bastila again. This time, I'm a Jedi instead of being a Sith. So I'm going to convince her to come to the light side, and then I'm going to go kick Malik's ass again, and then I'll move on to Coder 2, and then which I'm not going to lie, I already played it a little bit. Is there any new Star Wars news? Um, I'll be honest with you. I've put in so much time at work this week, and then at the doctor and everything else. I haven't really been following. I do have like 1,300 emails. I have not went through any of them, so I couldn't. From what I've played on Coder 2, it's more well. It doesn't have the quirks that the original Coder does, but I don't. I don't know. I can't get into it as much. I guess is probably the best way to say it. Um, I guess that's probably the best way to say it. I mean, I can't get into it as much. It's just like Battlefront. The original Battlefront, I can get into the original Battlefront. And I play it a lot. And the new version of Battlefront that you do online and all that other, not the same. I mean, it's just not the same. But I have figured out the majority of the quirks with Kodor. And the thing with Kodor 2 is there's a shit ton of freaking cheat codes. Um, there's a shit ton of cheat codes with Coder 2. So, Knights of the Old Republic, Daytona. We're talking about Knights of the Old Republic. So you got Knights of the Old Republic. Well, actually, there's a bunch of them. Jesus, there's a bunch of them. But The original Knights of the Old Republic. I'm getting ready to finish it because when I get done with the live stream, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up for tonight because kicking Malik's ass once you figure out how to do it is not that difficult. Um, oh yeah, the Old Republic is man. It's the Old Republic is. I'm not going to use any cheat codes. Not going to use any cheat. I love Knights of the Old Republic. That's why I went through it multiple times, doing it different ways, doing it in. And here's the whole thing with Knights of the Old Republic. If you do them in different orders, you get different movies, different screens, different dialogue. Uh, you can go through as a full light side user and be the nice guy the whole entire time, or you can go through it like I did and just be like right there in the kind of middle and just like, you know what, every now and then I just like want to kill that person right there. So I'm gonna kill him. Or you can go through there and just be the biggest dark side user ever because you get different powers with each way that you go. And so it makes the game different every time you do it. So it is, you can actually play it multiple times and have, now granted, the end outcome is going to be the same. But it's actually not going to be the same. I mean, after you kick Malik's ass, it's it's different. But I mean, kicking Malik's ass is still going to be the same. Now you're going to have different powers, and you have to remember which ones that he's going to use. It helps to know whatever he's going to use because you can actually resist his shit by doing a certain one because that some bitch loves to drain the life out of you. And god damn it, that just ugh. um yeah. Uh anyway, love Knights of the Old Republic. And yeah, that's I'm so jazzed up on having that done and having that done right. But yeah, so far I'm not into two that much. Maybe I will be. I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed being Revan. I mean, I really enjoyed being Revan. Um, and then the thinking about it and everything else. Whereas two just kind of seems, I don't know. Um, maybe it's because I'm not that far in it yet. Maybe once I get up in it, because I think it was 64 hours. I think it was 64 hours. Um, 64 hours is what it took me to get through the whole game of Knights of the Old Republic. And then the second time around was 56 hours. That's a lot of fucking playing. I mean, that's 56 friggin' hours of gameplay. That's great. I mean, because pretty much any other game that you get nowadays for PS4, Xbox, or anything else, I mean, you'll beat the game in 3 or 4 or 5 hours. You ain't gonna do that crap on Knights of the Old Republic. Um, let's see, super chat. Thanks, Ron Navy, for the super chat. Darth Maul really is a really is a pussy. A Padawan beat him. Just saying. Oh my god. That is a true statement. A true statement is a Padawan. No, he wasn't a Padawan. Well, yeah, he was because he was ready for the trials, but still hadn't went through the trials yet. So yeah, you're correct. Um, wow, damn, Mike, Ron Navy just like dropped a bomb in the middle of you. Oh man, that is so man, Ron, man, how can you do that to Mike? Look at Mike. Nope. Uh, will Disney ever fix Marvel Comics? Man, let me. If you ever got me into the whole comic book thing, um, it's it's ridiculous right now. It really is. And it's because it's a Disney deal. I mean, it really is. Um, every time I go by the comic book store and I, I I go through the new stuff and I'm just like, no. I mean, seriously, it's just no, not for me. Don't like it. Think it sucks. Um, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Um, it's a true story, though. I mean, and it shouldn't be that way. Okay, it shouldn't be that way. Um, but that's exactly how it is. And which is why I'm assuming why if you go to Indiegogo, man, and you can do a comic book, you can make a freaking shit load of money by doing a non-politically correct. Don't have to have a female character in there that's super gay, with extreme superpowers that can kick everybody's ass without having to get up off the couch and still does her nails. Um, you know, DC is going to have to fix their movies. Now we know that. Now I've already seen quite a bit of the new. I've seen quite a bit of the new Wonder Woman movie, and I don't like the fact that it's based in 1984, and just that's just a personal thing because the year of 1984 kind of don't really sucked ass for me. But so far from what I have seen of the Wonder Woman movie, Gal Gadot is badass. She's just badass. I know that Aquaman's going to tank. Jesus, that movie's going to tank. Um, we know the Flash movie is not going to do well. Uh, it's it's just DC is just screwed right now. They really are screwed right now. The only thing they have going for them, and then with the reboot again, yet again, another reboot um, of Batman. I mean, I understand that Batfleck has never ever been Batman. Never. He's never been my Batman ever. Period. Um, Christian Bale, Batman. Michael Keaton, Batman. Val Kilmer did a great job as Batman. Um, I did like him as Batman. But now, you know, Christian Bale, Dark Knight, Batman, best shit ever. Bam, there you go. Um, Superman has taken a bad turn, and with him not coming back to play Superman again, which not like he was the best Superman ever. Um, oh, James, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to chapter 3. I'm through chapter 1 and 2. Um, Gal Gadot, I loved her in everything that she has done. She has actually done quite a few movies, but she was extremely great. I really did like her in the Fast and Furious movies. Really did like her in the Fast and Furious movies. She played an incredible character. Not only was she a strong female character, because the girl could kick some ass, um, but I'm sorry, we're supposed to hate all that. Um, that's the part of it I liked. I mean, really is. Gal Gadot did a great job in that movie. Great acting in that movie. She was sexy when she needed to be. She was hard when she needed to be. She was smart when she needed to be. But as Wonder Woman, she's doing a great job, and I see her being Wonder Woman for a long, long time. Um, I really do. And I see them making great movies with Wonder Woman for a long, long time because the character is actually great. They've done an arc for Wonder Woman, and as long as they continue that arc, there you go. Now, George Clooney is Batman? No. George Clooney is not Batman. George Clooney is Bruce Wayne. He's never been Batman. He is Bruce Wayne, though. I will give Batfleck that same credit. Um, uh, Ben Affleck is a good Bruce Wayne. He is no Batman. Period. No Batman. But he is a good Bruce Wayne. And I did like Gal Gadot coming in. She did exactly what she's going to do. She came in. She damn near stole the movie away from Ben Affleck in his own movie. Serious. That's a true story. I mean, seriously. Ron Navy, super chat. Thanks for super chat, Ron. DC needs to steal. Oh, Jesus Christ. DC needs to steal Luke's hand and clone it. I do need a Batman suit. I need a Dark Knight suit. I have not found a good one yet, and I can't make the stuff out of rubber. So I don't have the ability. I would have to make the mold, which means I would have to make a mold, and then I would have to do it. And I can't. I don't. That's way too much freaking work. I would love to have a real, or a nice Dark Knight suit. I would love that. Love it. And a lot of y'all give me shit for my damn STD freaking uniform, but I'm gonna tell you what, my if you don't think that those Star Trek Discovery uniforms are badass looking, there's something wrong with y'all motherfuckers. Seriously. There's something wrong with y'all if y'all don't think them uniforms is cool as shit. That's the reason I made it. I found the little the insignia material on eBay. Actually had it on eBay. No, it was Etsy. And then I found the other material on Etsy. And then I found the zipper material on eBay, along with the insignia on eBay. And it was very simple to make. There's a pattern online. You can actually just make it yourself. It's really. I'm looking forward to the new Star Trek Discovery this year, with the new writers and with the new characters and with the Klingons looking more like original Klingons. And the fact that they changed up the Klingon ships again that look more like their original Klingon ships, but just all right. I'm going to give you my George W. Bush badasser. Not a real word, but since I just said it, it's a real badasser though. So that's a real word now. This is just not really my man cave. My entire house looks like this. This shit's everywhere. I mean, seriously, this shit's everywhere. What's going on, Eric? Yeah, this seriously, this shit is everywhere, dude. There are lightsabers everywhere. There are Star Wars stuff everywhere. There is it's there's shit everywhere. I'm a huge Deadpool fan. There are 3 more Deadpool costumes, and they go from various this cheap ass damn thing that the first one I bought, and then the first one I made, and then the second one I made, and then that one right there, which I did not make, but I did make all the accessories. So all the accessories are mine. So I'm extremely proud of the holsters and everything else because I actually made those. Um, and they actually do have 2 Desert Eagles in there. Um, I did make the belt. The belt buckle is 1 piece aluminum. I made it at the shop, which is not like Deadpool's because it doesn't look like Deadpool. Normally it looks kind of weird, kind of funny looking. But I wanted to make one that looked like Deadpool, so I just made one of those at the shop and just TIG welded. Just TIG welded some aluminum material on the back of it and made a belt out of it. So, and I have a buddy of mine that's going to make the actual the new boxes and everything else out of real leather. That's not real leather. That's pleather right there. Um, have I worn it out in public yet? No, I have not. I've had the masks, a bunch of masks for a long time, but I just got the suit in last week. Um, and it's weathered, dirty looking, cut up, shot up, awesome, just like the Deadpool one. The shoulders are bad. I love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Eric says, "I know you do not believe in global warming. I don't. Um, but I have a surprise for you. There's an active cover up going on in New Zealand meeting. I'm sorry, media regarding winter temperatures. Okay, you're going to have to further expand on that. Um, yes, exactly. The pouches were made of the finest Corinthian pleather. I have a buddy of mine that actually does leather work, and he helps me out a lot. So I actually get to do it, but um, he has all the tools and punches and everything else to make it quicker. I mean, I have punches and stuff here for doing leather work, but he has everything. So I just go over there and take the pattern that I want, tell him what I need, and everything else, and we take measurements, and he helps me make the stuff to where it actually looks good. So all the leather work and everything else that everything else has got, because that's a real leather belt. That's a real leather belt. That's a real leather belt. And this whole thing right here is actually in suede. The one in the back, that's actually in suede. And then instead of doing leather, because that shit was expensive as shit, um, that is actually, God, what did they call it? It's not like a pleather. It's like a seat cover material, actually, like seat covers in a car, because it needed to be stiff in order to keep the shape. So I actually bought a roll of it and cut it out, and then just sewed it the way I needed it. And it's it's pretty cool when you make shit yourself. I mean, with the whole thing being suede, and that's including the pants. The pants are suede too. That's what I'm talking about. Bitch, you got swagger when you got some suede pants on. You got some swagger. Yeah, too bad. Drax is alive in 4. Yep. I wish he'd have stayed dead too. Um, okay, all right. So we're back with Eric. Says it ties to the grand solar minimum that is happening. I work in an IT company that provides IT networking equipment to Met Service, New Zealand's weather service. What is grand solar minimum? Where the hell's Invader 6 when you need him? He'd know what that shit is. Yeah. I don't have a Vader though. I want a Vader bad. I really want a Dark Knight bad. Um, so are your winter temperatures up or are they down in New Zealand? I have watched it. I haven't seen. Well, the cut that he has now. I've seen um, Ava, and as much as I honestly can't stand the Last Jedi, I was not lying in the last video when I said I have like PTSD over the Last Jedi. Um, it's a true story. God, that's a God's honest true story. It brings up so much hate. Um, but it makes it a different movie. So I have from what I've seen, I like, and you can only there's only so much you can do. You know what I mean? Only so much you can do. But with what he had to work with, uh, it's great for what he had to work with. He does a great job. Man, Ivan is extremely talented, and you know what? This is coming from a Republican going to a Democrat. Um, wow, you see that? You see how easy that is? It's really simple. We have two completely political different views on everything, but me and Ivan, he's been on our chats multiple times. We get along perfectly fine. What the hell is wrong with the rest of the fucking world? That's what I want to know. Damn, you can't just sit there and have a conversation about shit. I mean, I don't understand it. It's kind of weird. Well, I don't know about that. I'm all for filming in New Zealand. Um, Holy shit! No, I don't want to go to New Zealand and film. It's -11 and -12 there right now. No, I don't want to go there. I'm good. I'll go there in summer. Um, I do want to film in Australia. That's where I want to film. I want to film in Australia. I want to film in Australia. That's where I want to film in the summertime, so I can hear all the Australian accents and the women in bikinis and the yeah. That's what I want to do. Yeah, you're right. Drax does not even rate as on the beat list. Um, it's it's funny. I mean, it really is funny. Um, I've got the article up actually. I could probably copy the link and paste it. I don't know. This is the newest live stream that they're giving us. Newest way to live stream. I can't I can't add shit to this. I can only do this if it's just me. If it's going to be multiples, then I still need to go through Google Hangouts, um, or another service off of YouTube, which is fine. But if I do it by myself, this is the new way to stream. Um, so this is beta 3, which so far it hasn't crashed. I don't feel like it's lagging. My chat's not going in and out. So um, that's way better than way better than the old ones. Because we've all seen how those work out. They work out to where you get 5 minutes into a stream and the bitch crashes, or 20 minutes or 30 minutes into a stream and it crashes. Um, Let me see here. So that's why I'm telling people about how crap Met service is. Once you get acquainted to them, the amount of D notices slapped on weather reporting in New Zealand is not even funny. What are your normal temperatures in the wintertime there? I disagree with you, Mazurus. I think you're that big of an asshole. I've seen some of your comments. Hey, look, just embrace it. I'm an asshole. You know. Um, I mean, yeah, it's. That's flattery coming from me. That's funny. Well, here's the thing, Eric. We've had winters here where um, Christmas Day I've actually went and played golf in shorts and a t-shirt. And then there have been other winters here where I have been completely snowed in and iced in for 5 days. Same location. Just really all depends on how much of that cold air comes down. Really. We've seen huge. Our average temperature here in the wintertime is 45, 46 degrees at night, and then we'll get up mid 60s, upper 60s in the daytime, and some days will be in the 70s, and some nights will be in the 30s. But I mean, normally on average, that's what it is. Um, but I mean, it can swing wildly. Um, just the very next time the very next week, yeah, it could be freezing ass cold, just all day long. So I don't know what they're trying to. I just don't believe in the whole global warming thing. It's a cycle the Earth goes through. It's been through it before. It's been proven that it's went through it before. I don't. The poles have flipped many times. Everybody's freaking over the poles flipping. Okay, it doesn't mean the Earth's going to rotate. We're talking about the magnetic ends of the poles. Um, that's it's not the whole entire fucking Earth flipping over. That doesn't mean the Coriolis effect is going to be exactly reversed either. We are talking about the magnetic poles of the Earth. So the magnetic poles, all they do is they deflect radiation and everything else away from the freaking Earth and other shit that's bad. Which we will still have the magnetic poles of the Earth. They'll just be on the other fucking end. So it's still going to deflect everything the way it's going to deflect. Now the weirdest thing is when you look at gravity data. There's where you find some interesting shit right there. But that's way off subject. I could go into gravity data all day long. Because man, I love to get into it with flat earthers. Um, so let's see here. I'll also explain what denotice in New Zealand media censorship terms. It means no reporting at all. Everything is covered up. Well, I mean, they're not allowed to give you the weather, like tell you what degrees it is outside. Because look, I would love to be a weatherman. Because you go, what's the temperature? Or, well, what's our weather going to be like today? You look out the window. Well, sunny, it's overcast, it's raining. It's not like, um, yeah, exactly. Um, Batista, according to the article, Avengers 4 is possibly the last time Drax is in the MCU. Well, if you'll read in the other article that he's already done his stuff for episode 3, for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He's already been shot. Um, yeah, I really could give two shits about Drax as well. I honestly don't really care if his character comes back or not. Um, Save Martha. I no idea what that means. Um, enough Cap dies. Come on, man. Seriously, seriously. Studying to be a meteorologist may be hard. Being one isn't. Apparently, you can be wrong every freaking day and still keep your job. Um, I have never, I have never, ever, ever been a Captain America fan. I don't. I've watched all the movies, and I like the Bucky character, but not a just. It's they're good movies. Don't get me wrong, they're good movies. I did like the comics better. Growing up, I did like the comics better growing up. Um, the movies just all seem to be about the same thing. Um, just the same thing. It just they all seem the same to me now. Yeah, I saw that. Um, yeah, I did see Ivan's Mike Zero times 10,000. That shit was hilarious. Um, we're all just being silly here. What is the Matrix? Love the name. Because we're here. Um, there is a new Captain America. She's a Latina from the Bronx named Ocasio Cortez. Oh my god. I have tried and try I have tweeted to her. I don't know how many times. I have tried and tried and tried to get her to debate me. And I keep trying to tell her I am not a professional politician. I am just an American citizen and I will destroy you. She knows absolutely nothing about politics. It's hilarious how little she actually knows. Um, and the thing is the Democrats have given her people to coach her and study and everything else, and she is still dumb as a rock. Um, I mean, dumb as a rock. Um, I mean, I didn't tell her that, but I'm simply just pointing out that you don't know how to do math. I thought math was one of the core subjects that you had to take whenever you went to college. The fact that she has a degree, um, uh, actually has two degrees, um, uh, is completely mind blowing considering she can't do math. Um, oh, we are talking about our girl Ocasio Cortez. Um, I mean, all you have to do is ask her a question. She will screw up the answer. I mean, seriously. And there, after she got she got the nomination. Um, the funny thing is she thought she had won. She had won the election. No, no, you just won the ability to run in the election. That's all you did. Um, She is a true ditz. I mean, seriously, that is no common sense. It's an activism type of. But she's an activist. Period. And her point of views come from an activist point of view, and you can't have an activist point of view. You have to have an objective point of view. A lot of people think that I look at things from one side, I don't look at the other, and that nothing could be further from the truth. I try to look at both sides and then make an informed decision. You can't make an informed decision if you don't look at both sides of the equation. Um, Same thing with two people in the middle of an argument. You listen to one person, you listen to the other person, and now you have all of the information, and it's just like two people telling a story. Somewhere in the middle is going to be what's correct. So it's the same thing. It's yeah. I mean, she's. Well, I don't know much about geopolitics. Okay, you don't know anything about geopolitics, and then when she's talking about, I mean, oh my god, she's talking about how everybody deserves free college and free school and free health care and free this and free that, and everybody should make the same wage. Look, I got news for you, bitch. Um, this fucker at McDonald's doesn't know near what I know. Can't do anything that I can do. Has absolutely no idea. I have job skills, um, but yet we're supposed to make the same amount of money. Um, no. How about no? Can we go no with that one? Um, and here's the kicker. She come from being a bartender. Do you know? Oh my God! Do you know what? Um, the funniest. Oh my God, the funniest. Well, stupidest. I'll say stupidest thing she said because it is funny at the same time. Um, the stupidest thing. All right. So unemployment is down under 4%, 3.9% unemployment rate in America. That's unheard of. During Obama era, it was at 10%. 10% is a shit ton. We are at 3.9% unemployment. Yo, and she quickly with them big old eyes, them big old crazy eyes and shit. She immediately came back. That's because people are working two jobs and 60 and 70 and 80 hours a week. That's why unemployment's down. Okay. Unemployment is not the amount of jobs that people are working. Unemployment is the amount of people that don't have a fucking job. That's what unemployment is. Stupid ass. Um, whether you got two jobs or six jobs or eight jobs or 10 jobs, it doesn't matter. If you're Jamaican, by God, you got 10 jobs. If you don't have 10 jobs, you're not in a Jamaican family anymore. They will kick your ass out because a Jamaican, I mean, they will just work you under the damn table. I can tell you that shit from experience. I had a full blooded Jamaican working for me, and my guys hated it because he made them look bad. This man right here, and then when he left, at the end of the day, he went to his second job, and then he worked a part time job on the weekend. And I was like, why? I mean, just why? And he was like, man, if I don't work all these hours, my family would disown me. I was like, holy crap. Um, I mean, it's just a true story. Um, I'm only got 8 jobs. I'm lazy. Exactly. I mean, that's exactly how his family thought, and I don't know. I just thought that was great. I mean, he made my guys feel bad, because I mean, at the end of the week, everybody gets paid, everybody goes home, and we've done an ass of work, and it's hard work. I mean, it really is, and you're making stuff that is completely one off. So it's you get one chance at making it right. And if you don't make it right, then you have to start all over again. Um, it's it's so it's a lot of pressure on the guys too because if they have to start all over again, well, then we just went through a bunch of materials for no reason, and that cost us a shit ton of money. So we can't afford to do that. But all right, so let's get back on subject here because man, Ocasio Cortez, I just want to debate her publicly. I there was, and I don't remember the name of the show. I really don't. A news anchor. All right, we know Ben Shapiro offered her $10,000 to debate him. 10,000 towards her campaign to debate him, and she was. Oh no, that was catcalling. Um, because that's your typical. All right, so there is a woman newscaster. I can't remember her name right now. I am familiar with her. She's not in politics. Um, sh the news channel that she works for offered $50,000, $50,000 to her campaign to debate her. 50,000, and she won't do it. Of course not, because she's going to lose. Good lord, man! A 9-year-old can debate her and win. I mean, as it's her people are like, nah, you don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be doing that. I would I would debate Ben Shapiro, not because I disagree with him, but just because I like debate. Doesn't matter which side you're on. And when we took debate in college, it didn't matter which side you were on. You didn't get a chance. Um, oh, Trey Gowdy. I don't want to go against Trey Gowdy. Do not want to go against Trey Gowdy. Oh my God, that's now he's my representative. And I don't want to get. I do not want to go against Trey Gowdy. Um, Well, she's not nowhere near ahead in the polls. That's the thing. She's not actually the Republican that she's going against is ahead in the polls. Um, I don't know how debate goes in they do now. My high school had debate. Um, but when I went to college, of course we had debate there too, and you didn't get a choice. Whoever you went against, this is what we're debating, and you're on this side of it, and you're on that side of it. So whether you agreed with it or not, it was your job is to point and counterpoint um, until you put somebody into a corner and they can't come out of it. That's debate, and so love it. I mean, love it. Um, I could sit there and debate people. And matter of fact, I do it. I do it like daily, and people don't even realize that I do it daily, and I do the shit just really to entertain myself. Um, she's not capable of. I don't think she can put two sentences together. Seriously, honestly, I don't think. I honestly don't think she could write a paragraph. Um, Oprah's never gonna win ever. Just because you're a celebrity, you're doesn't mean you're gonna win. And it it's so the thing is we don't have all this shit just going on here in America. Um, this is going on. This exact same stuff is going on all over the entire world. Um, I watched a lot of things on Australia today. Um, they're running into the same issues we're running into. They have the same leftist media that we have. They have the same. They have the same problems that we have. They have the same left people we have. The same. They have the same alt right people. Look, I don't agree with alt right people either. So I don't agree with them. I don't. I don't agree with them at all. I don't agree with the left people either, um, at all. They're idiots. The alt rights, they're freaking idiots too. Um, they're the ones that don't think there's a gray area in between. It's either my way or everything else is wrong, and that's not how life is, and that's not how things are. Um, there's always a compromise that can be made, and more than likely, the compromise is what everybody needs. So, I really would like to go into politics. That'd be great. Um, because then you would have somebody that can't be bought off and really doesn't give a shit what you think. My people in my district want this, and by God, that's what I'm fighting for. Um, and that's what you need up there right now, instead of these career politicians. And hell, it's so bad up there that Trey Gowdy's leaving. He's only been up there 6 years. 6 years. Now, in 6 years' time, he has went from um, um, being a representative to um, being head of special counsels in 6 years. That's how good he is. And he said he would rather fight a bear every day, barehanded, than he would be in politics. Which is why he's retiring. That's bad. I mean, when you're Trey Gowdy and the you've got the set of damn you've got the brain that he's got, and you've got the sense that he's got, and it takes that big of a toll on you in 6 years' time. Um, to the fact that you don't want to do it anymore at all. Period. I don't want to even be around it. That's the sad part is we need people like him up there. Trey Gowdy is great. Um, but I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a bunch of them up there that are extremely good too. And we'll see how all that stuff works out. I hate that Trey Gowdy's going to retire though. He was a great representative for us. Um, but I mean, I understand. I mean, I really do understand. Well, Hillary can't do anything secretly anymore, not without not carrying around that colostomy bag. Um, Trey Gowdy. Now, Trey Gowdy was offered um, a position on the Supreme Court, um, and didn't even hesitate to say no. True story. Didn't even hesitate to say no. I mean, that's crazy. Mary Jade, you going to bed? Mary Jade, my favorite character. But yeah, Trey was like, no, I don't want it. She's gonna bow out gracefully. It's time to retire and just enjoy herself. We have to wait for our contract to come up, um, which her contract is up. Plus, she's been in breach of contract, but you can't fire her right now because the guy that's going to be taking over as president is in the middle of making a movie. So, what the Democrats really wouldn't have an option. They you you really wouldn't have an option if Trey Gowdy was nominated because you one his credentials. Um, I mean seriously, his credentials are awesome. That man I- never lost a freaking process. Never lost a case. That's but then again, like he said, um, he never brought one in unless he thought he had what it took um, to actually prosecute him. Um, well, in her breach of in her contractual obligations, of course, just like everybody else would have contractual obligations. Um, you're you're supposed to be making money for the company, and by costing the company money, um, there's your I mean, there it is right there. I mean, he really wanted to fire on the spot, but he could not find a person to take over. Um, so, but as soon as filming is done, um, I mean, they've already done it. They've already started. They've already been doing it. They've been reorganizing Lucasfilm for the past couple months. So people have been moved around. New people are getting ready to be put in place. Some people are already moved and put into a different place. Um, Things are going pretty good. Um, I like this. I like this headset here. It works really well. I mean, it works really well. Um, yes, Iger can let her go for that alone. Absolutely, absolutely. Plus, you have to remember the decisions that led all the way up to that um, also fall up into negligence category. Um, because these it's just poor decision making. I made a complete video on well, not a complete video. I made a partial video and that shit was 34 minutes long. And it was just a partial video of the shit that she's done wrong as a president. And that video did extremely well, but it's extremely true too. And not only that, it's pretty damn entertaining. but you get to learn a lot at the same time about how business works, um, and how companies are set up and how things are started. Um, yeah, well, yeah, as long as you're spreading your SJW message, you're right. Your company doesn't have to make a profit. You can always, they needed the loss anyway. Um, no, no, but her stupid ass decision making, because the board can choose to do this and the board can choose to do that, and the board's had enough of her shit. Iger's had enough of her shit. Alan Horn cannot stand the woman. Um, and Alan Horn is over every one of their studios, and Alan Horn does not like that woman. I thought that was a great video too, Wookie. I mean, it gave people a lot of insight into a business that people don't normally get. Um, Plus, it was a roast on Kathleen Kennedy at the same time because it just was. Pointing out all of everything that she's done that was wrong. Uh, um, um, they're cherry picking the shit out of the EU, and they're doing that uh, because they have to. And it's even when Bob Iger said it, and I put it in one of my videos, what he said. When they purchased Star Wars universe from George Lucas, that they had bought 17,000 characters. Now that includes all the EU characters, and I mean 17,000 characters. Um, Iger is getting ready to retire, and more than likely, you're going to be looking at the head of Fox trying to take over. There might be an internal struggle inside of there, but Alan Horn definitely doesn't want the job. He wants to stay where he's at, just being over their media productions. Because once you start getting into the rest of their bullshit that they deal with, toys and the multiple theme parks and the this and the that, and yeah. Yes, they are. The Fox guys are. They gave you Deadpool. They greenlit Deadpool. So they're not afraid to take a risk on. They're not afraid to take a risk, but uh, they've got an idea of what's going to work and what's not. Yeah, Fox is the ones that greenlit Deadpool, man. They're no other place would touch it. No other place would touch it. And we all know that the MCU was like completely torn apart and auctioned off to everybody. Sony got oh shit. Sony got Spider Man. Fox got X Men. Um, which Deadpool, being part of the X Men, was, which a lot of people don't even realize it. But I mean, Ryan Reynolds has actually played Deadpool 4 times. 4 times he's been Deadpool, um, but never the true Deadpool to the comic book. But he has played Deadpool 4 times. It's always been Ryan Reynolds. It's never been anybody else play Deadpool, or Wade Wilson. It has always been him. Um, so when Ryan really wanted to make a real Deadpool movie. Um, and they gave him just enough money to make this little 10-minute bit, which ended up being the very beginning of the Deadpool movie. And that's the little 10-minute bit that they did. And it sat on the freaking shelf for years, and nobody ever did anything with it. Yeah, X Force is a go. Matter of fact, there's a partial script, not really a script, but a partial outline of what the movie's going to be about for X Force. There's a bunch of leaks already coming out about it. It's going to suck if he goes to a white suit because it's going to piss me off. But we all know that Deadpool's going to go back to the red suit anyway. Just for X Force, he might be in a white or a gray. It'll look the same, but it'll be gray. Because I'm not buying another one of them damn suits. Them some bitches there is expensive, but it's extremely nice though. Um, it is extremely nice. Colin Trevorrow, I would love, and to be honest with you, the new president that's going to be coming in to fill the president at Lucasfilm, I am is very good friends with Colin Trevorrow, um, and also is familiar with Colin Trevorrow's scripts for Star Wars, and liked them. So don't think that Colin Trevorrow's Star Wars days are over. Um, yeah, exactly. Once that clip leaked and got on freaking YouTube and then went viral, because I mean, come on, that shit was freaking hilarious. One, two, nobody had ever seen it before. Three, Deadpool killing people just uh, in different ways. It's hilarious to me. Um, I mean, it was great. So, once that clip got out, they don't have a choice. I mean, they really don't have a choice. They're like, here's the money you asked for. Go make a movie. Um, I can't tell you right now who's going to be taking over. I do know. Um, Filoni has already moved over, and is going to start taking more control over creative, which is good. Um, yeah, Steph knows. I told her, um, and I can't release it until we're about 2 weeks away from it, from them releasing it. Oh hell yeah, dude, you're gonna jump up and down. You'll be tickled shitless. Seriously. Yeah, everybody's gonna be happy as shit. I could release it right now, but um, oh man, that would really piss off some people and I don't want to piss off my buddies. Because there's very few people that know. So with very few people inside of there that actually know, it'd be really easy to narrow down who I'm talking to. So, um, oh yeah, yeah, everybody's gonna love it. Um, I'm actually looking forward to it. Most people actually are. Filoni is going to do a really good job. He's not president material, and it takes a lot to be a president. I mean, it really does. There's a lot involved, and through that video, I explain exactly what's involved in being president of a company, and it's not where you really want to be. So, I mean, it's really not. It's not where you want to be unless you are a president. Um, so if you think you're going to be involved in creative choices, um, yeah, exactly. I'm not going to say because they've not steered me wrong yet. And like I said, I get a lot of emails from just rumors that go around inside of Lucasfilm, as it is, and I wait until I wait until they go through the rumors themselves and figure out which ones are true and not true before any of that stuff is ever put out on a video. So, because I mean, they always there's rumors always going around. Yeah, and plus they've been there for so long, and they're such good people. They really are good people, and they're doing this for a good reason. They really are. Um, all right, so we may be a really small channel. We may be a really small channel, but and when I say we, I'm talking about me and these guys behind me because there's nobody the hell else. I've got Bonnie that helps out in the chat. We're not a company. We're not geeks and gamers with a bunch of people employed by us that does all this stuff for free. We don't have all this extra shit. My Twitter account's run by me. My YouTube account is run by me. Um, the Facebook page is just up and finally going. So it's and that's Bonnie's deal there too. Bonnie is running that. I am on it, but Bonnie has to run it because obviously having three different businesses going at one time is killing the shit out of me. And this doesn't pay any bills. So that the businesses pay bills. This doesn't pay any bills. All this does is this is fucking therapy back and forth between me and everybody else. Is all this is. Um, Super chat from Ron Navy says, "I'll let it out of the bag. Ron Navy is to be president. I wish it was to be nominated. I wish you could nominate somebody and then have them be voted in as president because I would damn sure throw my I did actually put I actually did send my resume. But I mean everybody knows that I have already interviewed for the creative team and had I not been found out about as far as the YouTube channel, yeah, I would already had that job. So no, it's not Kevin Feige. Oh no, he is not leaving Marvel. And at this point, I wouldn't want Kevin Feige to do it. With him sitting there fighting, wanting James Gunn to keep his job, man, kiss my ass. Um, Plus the fact that just because they have 10 more movies coming out, he's going to split equally how many have female directors and how many have male directors. Man, you can take that. You can take that shit and just shove it up your ass, Kevin. See, Eric says, "Do you think we would ever get just a Luke movie before?" Um, no, nah. Yeah, I wasn't low profile, man. I was giving out. That was right after my Ryan Johnson. I mean, my J.J. Abrams tells Ryan Johnson "fuck you" video, and that video, I don't know how many views it's got, but it must be a shit ton. But everything in there is exactly true. If you go back to that video, and that was 3.5 months ago, 4 months ago. If you go back to that freaking video, everything is it's all happening. I mean, it's all happening. Um, And people at the time were telling me I was full of shit this and full of shit that and blah blah blah. I didn't know what I was talking about. Yeah, blah, blah, all that normal bullshit that you normally get. And you know, I damn sure. But I sent my shit in for president because I would. I mean, I would enjoy running the company. Um, I do this for you guys. That's a true story. Um, But I would own I would own that bitch. That is no lie. Within 3 years, I would turn that some bitch from the piece of shit that it is, um, to well, I guess you could look at it this way. It would be better than it ever has been. Super chat from Ron Davis is Mike Zero to be head of promoting the new movies. Um, you know what? I might just assign somebody to give him some true leaks. Um, you know what I mean? Just give him a few tidbits of information just to keep people interested. But I would run that shit. I would turn that into gold. I mean gold. Um, However, with the changes that they're making right now, and they're pretty drastic ass changes too. Um, you're gonna like it. We just have to get past 9. Um, you just have to get past 9, and that's it. You get past 9, and we've got good stuff coming after 9. You know what I mean? After 9, we've got great stuff coming. Um, oh yeah. There's 2 people in the story group I would keep. The rest of them be gone. Um, and I do mean gone, gone. There's 2 that I would keep. And I know there's a lot of people saying, "No, the whole story group's bad." Actually, the whole story group is not bad. But when you have 2 people that know shit and the rest of them don't, and you get outvoted all the damn time, which is the way everything was done, especially with Carrie Hart. The people that know the shit sit there and go, no, that doesn't make any sense. We can't do that because of, and it doesn't matter because this is what we're going to do. One was actually, well, I mean, under the tutelage of George Lucas for 20 years. You keep hearing all these people looking them up on IMDb and saying, well, none of them had any experience. Well, a couple of them did have experience. They worked for Lucasfilm. Um, just all that shit was undone. It's just all that shit was undone. Is it true there's a civil war inside of Lucasfilm? Not really a civil war. Um, there are lots of people that are very unhappy with Lucasfilm. Period. Um, and and that's because if you have to remember when Disney bought Lucasfilm, they bought 2,000 employees and 2,000 employees that had been working for Lucasfilm, um, and it's not Lucasfilm anymore. It's a corporate holding, and a lot of people do not see how any of this stuff is how it's supposed to be. So there's a lot of people in there that are not happy with the direction it's going, and then you have the newer people that were bought in, and you know they were brought in by people. So yeah, there's lots of people that aren't happy. Um, Kendall, I own 3 different businesses. Super chat from Ron Davis is they're bringing back the Kowakian Empire. No, the Kowakian Monkey Lizard. What the Kowakian Monkey Lizard? Okay. Um, yeah, we'll go with that. Um, Salacious Crumb. Yeah, but no, 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 no. Yeah, it's not coming back. Clone Luke's hand. Oh my god. No, you didn't lose audio. I just quit talking. Um, that happens every now and then. Just one of them just stop talking type deals. God, man, it's kind of creepy. I'm sitting here looking at the screen, and it's like I got all this shit right here, like they're all guarding me or something. Um, it's kind of weird. Um, it's like they're all looking down on me, and yeah, it's kind of creepy. Um, yeah, I agree. They need to bring in Michael Obama. Man, have you seen the bulge on that woman? Good lord. Oh my god. Um, don't make fun of Michelle. She's a great guy. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Um, Um, I guess I could, but I mean, there's so many more. I will probably end up the next stormtrooper I'm going to do, which there's two more sitting out there in a box. The next one I'm going to do, I think, is going to be a zombie trooper, which should be pretty cool to do. I've never done one of those, and I've seen them done before. They look pretty awesome. So I'm going to do a zombie trooper next time. I mean, as much as these freaking stormtrooper kits cost, I hate to destroy one to make it a zombie trooper kit, um, but that would be cool as hell. Wouldn't need a bigger bra in the metal bikini for slave Kylos. Man titties. That's a true story though. Yeah, zombie troopers are awesome, dude. Man, if you haven't seen one, look them up. Zombie troopers are badass. They really are badass. Um, I doubt it. I honestly doubt that Slave Leia merchandise will ever come back, and that's just because female supremacists. Now that's sexist. Why is it sexist? You're sitting there holding up a sign. It's our body. We can do what we want to with it. Okay. Well, if one decides that she wants to wear a metal bikini, well, then why the fuck can't she do that? You're holding a sign up. So this is her body. She can do it. I mean, it's the stupid shit like that. Um, it's just the world we live in. And trust me now, Europe is in. Fuck, man, they're going through shit just like we are. Um, except they're doing something about it. You know what I mean? They're doing something about it over in Europe. Now, not the leaders of Europe, but they are doing something about it in Europe. So the people are finally fed up with it. Well, I mean, feminism, it's already a law. Period. It's already a law. Feminism is equal pay, equal rights between men and women. Okay, you got that. There you go. Um, but now all men are rapists. We're all just in case y'all didn't know. All y'all men, y'all are all rapists. Every one of you. You've had sex with a woman, you're a rapist. Yep. Yeah. Now I was just watching some Australian stuff today, where they had a male equality. Yeah, I think it was called the male equality march or something, where men's rights, basically men's rights, just like they would for women's rights. You know, and sure enough, the left turned out, um, calling them sexist and calling them rapists, and believe it or not, now this is in Australia. They were chanting, "No Trump, no KKK, no MSR today." You're in Australia. The fuck does Trump have to do with Australia? The fuck does the KKK have to do with Australia? And what does that have to do with men? Period. Now, the MSR standard for misogyny, sexism, and racism. What the hell does that have to do with men feeling like? And believe it or not, the damn thing was organized by a woman. Um, seriously, was organized by a woman, because you know equal rights, and by God, the damn leftists showed up, and it's what the hell does Trump have to do with that? You're in Australia. Trump's not your president. Ah, because Australia follows our lead. Um, which is a true statement. I mean, they do follow the U.S.'s lead, but there are lots of countries that follow the U.S.'s lead. Um, that's true. Um, Holden now is the number one car company um, in Australia, and that was our old Pontiac line, um, which went down there. They had been making them for a long time. They have some unique ass cars down there, which are cool as shit. I mean, cool as shit. Um, some very unique cars that they're extremely rare to find here in the states. But yeah, the car that they used in Mad Max, that thing was awesome. And you're not going to find. Well, I'm not going to say you're not going to find one here in America because I know where two are. Um, and I can actually afford to buy them, but they're just too much damn work to fix. Um, I have a '69 Camaro in my shop right now, in one of my shops that we're doing a complete restoration, body off restoration on. We just put the body back on the frame um, this week. The new disc brake conversion is on it. I've already built the motor. I've already built the transmission. So those two are ready to go in. So my guy should be putting that shit in this week. I'm just waiting on a set of headers to come in to make sure everything's going to be nice. The whole front end's off the car and everything else. Really, the only thing on the chassis right now is the body, and the body's already been done. Frame's already been done. Disc brake conversion's already been done. So everything else has already been done. We shaved down everything on the firewall, so the firewall is nice and smooth. Got a brand new paint job on it. Looks great. Um, the motor going in it is a built LS3. Should put out around 675 horsepower. Got a brand new 6-speed Tremec transmission to go behind it. The one that come out of the Viper. Um, it's plenty of transmission to hold up to it. Has a 12-bolt rear end in the back with coilovers and everything else. So it's gonna be a badass car. Now the new LS7. The new LS3, which will be the LS3 is 374 cubic inches, but it's cammed head work, port work, intake work, fuel injected, 675 horsepower, get about 23 miles at a gallon, cruising around. So I have not worked on many Hemis at all. Um, there's not that many around here. There really isn't. I I know where a stash of freaking Hemis are. But getting the guy to freaking let go of them is extremely hard. He's got emphysema. He has no children. He has no other relatives. He has 432 cars that I have documented on his property, and every one of them is from 1950 to 1972. Every one of them. There's not a car after 72, and not a car from before 1950. So he has every freaking brand. I mean, every brand of car, every motor, everything else. And the thing is they were all his cars, his brother's cars, his dad's cars, and his granddad's cars. And once he parked them and got another car, he would take the motor and transmission and the interior out of the car, and he would put it in storage. He has literally 20 buildings of storage where and you can go right to. He actually took me right to it. He's like, "You talking about this car over here?" Yeah, took you right to the building because he has a '69 Charger that I've been trying to get, and I cannot get him to come off of that '69 Charger at all. And there's no motor, no transmission, no interior, no this, no that. And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's all sitting over here." Walk straight to the building. There's the motor. There's the transmission. There's the freaking interior that come out of the car. And you name it, he's got it. There's two Torinos, Starskin Hutch Torinos, the red ones with the white stripe. Two of them side by side. No motor, no transmission. The interior is still in both of those cars. I said, "Do you have the motor and the transmission for these?" Yep. It's it's ridiculous. So I'm going to end up building the motor for his because of the '69 Charger, the only one he will not get rid of. I told him I'd build the motor for the '69 Charger um, for 3 cars. Give me 3 cars, and I'll build the motor for you. And that's how we got started. So I expect that motor. I think next week he's going to bring that motor, and then I just get to go pick 3 cars. And he's got two matching twin 1966 Pontiac GTO sitting side by side. One has the factory 400 in it, and one has the 455 in it. So the factory 400 car is that the numbers matching car. The other one had a 71 455 put in it. I mean, yeah, a 71 455 put in it. But he's got 2 goats sitting side by side, and both of them run. Both of them run. Not completely rotted out. I mean, the kind of cars that you could actually just like drive right then. I mean, you put a paint job on it, you know, and just go. So, granted, he's probably not going to want to give me a running car, but I would take one of those and one of the other ones along with the parts and everything else to put it back together, and that'd be great. But the '69 Charger would be the great thing. But I doubt it. Now I do know where a Superbird is, and those are extremely rare. And this is the one that's in the lime green color, extremely rare, 383 in it. Which not many of them came with the 383 with the automatic transmission, and especially with the white interior, full white interior, and the white interior looks brand freaking new. It is crazy. But I think she's wanting like $220,000 for that car, which I mean, it's a barn find. The thing's just sitting there. I'm pretty sure I could buy it for 220,000 and turn around and sell it and make 100 grand on it. But I don't have $250,000. If I did, I would buy that sucker in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even wipe the dirt off of it. I would sit that sucker right across the freaking auction block, just like it is, and take my chances on whether I was going to get my money back. Because I know damn well the car's going to go for 350 plus. Because there were so few of them made, um, especially in that configuration for the 383 with the automatic transmission and the white interior. There were it was like four of them made, and just happens to be like a half a mile from one of my shops. And I just happened to see it sticking out of the barn one day. But the '69 Charger, I wouldn't sell it if I got it. Just like the '79 Trans Am, I'm not selling it. Oh God, a lot. I race in a lot. But it really all depends. This year, with everything I'm having to go through, I'm not driving as much. Um, because I got to get better. They won't clear me to go run. So Last year, God, I was, and I raced a lot last year. It was about every other weekend I was in a different place. Um, but I mean, this year, I mean, I've got to get. Yeah, I mean, I've got to get cleared, and I can't get cleared right now. Um, I I think it's a Camaro with a weird looking front end on it. I'm a Pontiac fan. Don't get me wrong. I love Trans Ams. I have four of them. Um, I love the Trans Ams. But to put them on that frame, and it's not the same. It's a Camaro with a weird looking front end on it. Um, with a little bit different interior configuration. I do like the look of the car better than the Camaro, but um, the new Camaros really don't impress me a whole lot. I mean, they really don't. They've got an LS3 in them, and just because it's 6.2 liters doesn't mean it's any faster than one that's 5.7. Uh, because the 5.7 will actually outrun the 6.2 all day long. And really, that's only a half a liter difference between the two, but one of them costs you out the yin yang for, and the other one doesn't. And I've never been outrun by a 6.2 yet with any of my LS1 motors, which are all 5.7s. So the front end on the brand new one is just ugly. I mean, ugly. Um, the Challenger is a good looking sports car. That's as far as I can go with that. It's a good looking car. If you're going to put it on the mantle, it's a great looking car. If you're going to actually drive the car, you're going to fucking hate it. You're going to hate it because it's going to break down a lot. Um, yeah, it's going to break down a lot. But the Camaros and stuff like that, they have great. I mean, the motors are great. Don't get me wrong. They have a ton of horsepower. And we make them have more. I mean, we get lots of people that come up there and we do cam swap, head swaps, everything else, and make them fast, just to make them fast. Um, um, my 2002 is a Super Hawk. Yeah, my 2002 Trans Am is a Super Hawk, um, which they made very few of them. Yeah, I love my Super Hawk. It's badass. Um, I didn't see Mr. Pete. The WS6 is badass. I have a WS6. Um, I have a Super Hawk. Um, well, you've heard of a Firehawk, but you hadn't heard of the Super Hawk. Okay, well, the Pontiac Firehawk is the SLP edition. When you get up to the Super Hawk, you're looking at um, a few more upgrades. There weren't that many of them made. Just kind of like they made a NHRA version of the car too. There's not many of those out there. It's an ugly fucking colored car, but it's still Trans Am and it's still badass. The Super Hawk, which I mean, the Super Hawk, you can see those. They have single nostrils, whereas the WS6 has split nostrils in the front. But the Super Hawk and the Fire Hawk, the hoods look the same, but the Super Hawk has much bigger nostrils. Plus, it has two heat extractors that are actually functional to get heat out of the hood or out from underneath the engine compartment. And then once you go up underneath the cars are made to go left and right as if you were going to run them on a road course. Um, the Firehawk version, which I have a blue one of those, a blue Firehawk, and my WS6 is black, and my Superhawk is black, and my '79 um, Y89 Trans Am is black. With the 450 foot of gold pinstripe on it and all the other shit that came on the Y89 package. Love Pontiacs, and now I'm trying to get a hold of a Pontiac Fiero. I'm gonna LS swap that bitch. I'm gonna put a LS1 in there and go kick everybody's ass because the car didn't weigh shit. So um, I'm working on a Grand National right now for a customer. Building him a bigger motor, putting twin turbos back in it. He's going to keep the three. He's going to keep the motor that come out of it. He's going to keep the motor that come out of it, which is fine. Um, yeah, did not like the turbo Trans Am with the 4.9 in it. That thing was the biggest dog ever. Um, I mean, just really the biggest dog ever. Um, the turbo was a joke, and the 4.9 is a 301 motor, which used to be a good motor. It used to be the one that they would run in the Trans Am series, but after all of the federal regulations and everything else, the motor had absolutely no freaking horsepower. You could literally take off with the turbo and everything else on a gravel road and could not get the car sideways. Um, but if you went 1 year earlier to 1979, you could still get if you got the 6 speed or if you got the 4 speed option in it, it would have the Pontiac 400 motor in it, and if it was an automatic, it would have the Olds 403, which both are 6.6 liters, and would still haul ass. I mean, still came from the factory with 500 something friggin' horsepower and 500 something foot pounds of torque, that you could get at them easily just by doing a few modifications to them. If you could find the 6x8 heads and put those heads on there, you can increase the horsepower because that's what was killing the horsepower was the heads. Um, an LS3 and a Chevette. Well, the car that I'm looking at right now is a 1989. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a 1988, very last year. Because the only 89 they made and they had to quit making them because they were faster than the fucking Corvette. It's a true story, true story. Um, um, and it wasn't because they had a bigger motor. It's just they didn't weigh shit, and the Corvettes weren't fast. Um, so it's a '88 Fiero GT. Um, it's nice inside and out. I'm taking the motor out. I'm just going to drop the cradle, take the motor out. I am going to put an LS1 in it and put it right back up in there and make it work. And by God, it's going to be a bad pitch with an LS1 in it. Um, it's going to be a badass motor. It was either going to be that or I was looking for a 3.8 supercharged motor. Um, but the 3.8 supercharged motor will drop right in there as well. Plus, you can do the Cadillac North Star, which is a shit engine, but um, you know, a shit engine. But you can put the Cadillac in there. Fits right in there. Um, but nobody wants a North Star motor. Yeah, because the Cadillac motor it's a front wheel drive motor, so it's already set up for the transmission that you have to run. For me to do the LS1 swap in it, I'm going to have to change bell housings out and do an adapter in order to get the LS1 up in there. Um, well, none of the LS motors are going to break a cam. Period. The LS motors are badass. They're not like any. Yeah. The Fiero was faster than a Vet in 1988. Sure was. Um, and Corvette owners didn't like that shit because you were paying a third for a Pontiac Fiero of what you were paying for the Vet. The Vet just had a V8, wasn't putting out any fucking horsepower. Um, and they really didn't start putting out any horsepower until 94. And they were still only running an LT1 motor then. 97, they got the LS1 motor, um, which compared to everything else, the LS1 was badass. But I mean, and made it the fastest car out there. But I mean, by the time 98 rolled around, they started putting them in the Camaro and the Firebird. And the Firebird and the Camaro were actually faster than the Corvette and putting out more horsepower because of the drivetrain. So the Corvette with the rear end or with the rear transmission hooked to the independent rear suspension differential was taking away the horsepower. So you put both of them on the dyno, and the Trans Am and the Camaro were outperforming the freaking Corvette. Well, if somebody's paying twice as much for a Corvette as they are for a damn Camaro and a Trans Am, well, guess what? They don't like that shit at all. So then they started advertising the Corvette was putting out 345 horsepower and the Trans Am was putting out 325 horsepower as long as it had the Ram air induction. And the Camaro SS would put out 325. The regular Camaros were putting out 310 or 315, and the regular formulas were putting out 310 or 315. And all of that's horseshit. Tell you that right now. All of it's horseshit. Um, it's it's all horseshit. All three of them had the same motor. The Trans Am and the Camaro would put 330 to the rear tires, which means the motor is pushing 400, 400 horsepower, putting 330 to the rear tires. Whereas the Corvette would not put 340 to the rear tires, could only put about 280, which means the motor was still pushing the same, but you have more parasitic loss because of that stupid fucking transmission that hooks directly into the damn gearbox in the rear. Stupid. Um, and that's where they were losing all that stuff there. So they started making up numbers just to sell more Corvettes because Corvette people were pissed. We're paying twice as much for this car. I mean, we're paying 48,000 for a Trans Am. But we're paying 70,000 for a freaking Corvette, and the Trans Am's kicking our ass. Well, yeah. We need to do something about that. The Vet is going to be a mid-engine car for 2019, and it's going to be a bad bitch. I've already seen it go around Nürburgring. It's awesome. It is awesome. Now, can people afford it? Don't know. I mean, really don't know. Well, not traditional is great. Which is honestly why I like the Fiero, being a mid-engine car. Um, it's going to be fucking expensive. Um, but my God, the car's fast. Jesus, the car's fast. Um, it's fast. I mean, it's fast. I like the design of the car too. It's a little bit longer um, than the 2018, and I like the brand new Stingray body styles on the new Corvette. Love it actually. Love the new style. But the 2019 is actually a little thinner and a little longer, which gives it more stability in the corners. Because we all know short and fat doesn't do anything. Ryan Johnson. Short and fat doesn't do anything. So long and skinny is a whole lot more stable. And it's a little bit longer on wheelbase by about 4.5 inches. Doesn't sound like a lot, but 4.5 inches is actually a shit ton. 4.5 inches is a shit ton of difference whenever you're looking at where you're putting weight in the car. And by having the mid-engine design on the back, the gearbox is actually in the back of the car as well. So the weight distribution in the front of the car is actually very good. So you can have a 50-50 on left and right and on each front and rear wheel, which is pretty much what you want. You want it set up neutral to begin with, and then depending on how many left-hand turns and right-hand turns you have, you're going to set it up for whichever has the majority. Um, I really should work in NASCAR. Setting up those cars is really no problem. Those cars are actually easy. It's not like doing drag cars or anything else, or road course cars. Road course cars are much harder to set up. Um, um, I, 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 well, I don't for 2019. I don't know because 2019. I doubt they're going to make two versions. Um, I think they're going to try it and see what happens in 2019. And I'll be honest with you, when they release a sale date on that, I'll guarantee every one of them that's going to be built is going to be sold beforehand. Um, if I was rich and had the money, I would buy one of those mid-engine some bitches in a heartbeat. Um, now I'll tell you why I wouldn't drive it because I, like you, don't think it's going to hang around. And the reason I say that, you know, the reason I think it's not going to hang around, um, because where are you going to drive it? The only person that's going to be able to buy the car or will buy the car is somebody that's going to go to Corvette track days. And is it really worth paying that much money when you can buy a car, put half that amount of money in it, and have one that's just as fast that's been modified? So there's your whole difference right there. One, it's not going to be a good drag car, so you can hang that up. With it being a mid-engine car, it's not going to be a good drag car. It'll never launch off the line. It's not going to happen. Way too much weight is going to have to be put up in the front of the car, which is going to make the rear of the car unstable and is going to make the shocks and everything else. Unsprung weight is never good, so it's not going to be good for drag racing. But it'd be great for like Road Atlanta. Um, uh, any of the road courses would be great, but that's the only really time you'd really be able to enjoy it. Um, like when they came out with the new magnetic shocks, magnetic shocks for the ZL1. Okay, the magnetic shocks for the ZL1 were awesome, and they still are. It's great technology. It's nothing that Mercedes hasn't had for the past 12 years, though. Um, and that's just the facts. Mercedes has had that for 12 years. Um, well, okay, the Corvair. All right. So Mazur says the reason I say it is because GM has a history of dropping good alternate and innovative ideas. That's the Corvair, Fiero, the Buick Riata, um, are a few of the favorite examples. Okay, I'm gonna go through each one of these. The Corvair will fucking kill you. That bitch will kill your ass deader than shit. That some bitch spins out in a freaking corner, whether you're just regular driving or not. Plain and simple. But it is a badass looking car, and with one simple correction to the suspension in the rear of the car, you can make it as stable as possible. Chevrolet just did not have the people or the technology or the thought process to actually fix the damn car. Because if you look at the car, it's extremely different than every other car that any other manufacturer had ever made. And at this point, I would love to have one. And you can buy them cheap because people still have that in their head that they're going to be driving around a corner and all of a sudden it's just going to spin out. But if you know how to fix that, it's really not a problem. All it is it's called an anti-roll bar. You put an anti-roll bar in the back of the car, And these are made aftermarket. Get them anywhere you want to. Some at $325. At their aftermarket, you weld that bitch in and never have to worry about the Corvair again. The second one he mentioned was the Fiero. Love the Fiero. We called them coffins when I was growing up because that's exactly what they were. 1984, a 1984 Fiero. If you wrecked it, you were dead. In 86, 85, 86, 87, you wreck them, you're dead. They weren't safe cars at all. They were mid-engine. Most of them had a 2.8. Some of them had a 3.1 in them. Most of them, and they did come with a 4-cylinder too. You had that option too, but most everybody got the 2.8 liter, which was a little bitty bitch. But the some bitch would catch on fire, and you would fucking die. I mean, seriously, you'd die. Um, but um, once you figure out how to modify the car, which you can today, it's a badass looking car. Not only that, it handled extremely well. It doesn't weigh shit. It weighs, probably 1,500 pounds less than today's cars. So you can put smaller motors in them and still outrun bigger cars with bigger motors because you don't need that big of a motor to run a small car. Um, and then he said the Buick Riata. I'm glad they got rid of the Riata, to be honest with you. Um, it wasn't for everybody. It was different. It was weird, and um, kind of reminded me of everybody remembers Pontiac's minivan, right? Bad idea. Bad idea. Well, if they'd have just fixed the damn car, I mean, if they'd have just fixed the car, plain and simple, just fixed it. It's such a simple fix. Such a simple fix. To put an anti-roll bar on a car is so simple. Um, it's basic geometry. Um, everybody says in school that you don't get to, you're never going to get to use geometry, and you're never going to get to use algebra, and you're never going to get to use this math, and you're never going to get to use that math. And I use that shit every day. I use math every day. Um, Now, granted, I mean, you don't get to use that math at McDonald's. So, in that right, I guess they're true. Um, oh my God, that Pontiac minivan. Oh my God, that piece of the Pontiac Aztec. If you're not familiar with it, Google that shit. Oh my God, world's worst freaking design ever. However, it was the ugliest design ever. However, the functionality of it was amazing. Came with camping equipment that you could actually on the back. Um, the interior was completely awesome. You could see all the way around you in a minivan. Um, the Aztec was a bad ass freaking van. The problem is looking at it. Um, it's like finding the ugliest woman ever and having your friends watch you kiss all over in front of everybody. There you go. The Pontiac Aztec. It didn't last long because of the looks. Everything else, thing was badass. I mean, just badass. The Aztec was just awful. Goddamn awful. Um, let's see. Programs that tell me where to put what for maximum effort. Um, um, they are going to Carlo. She's done, but they have to finish making this movie first. Um, and there's a couple reasons for that. I explained it earlier in the live chat, but one is contract obligations. The second is the guy that's. Oop, I said it out. All right. Okay. The person that's taken over as president is in the middle of making a movie right now and can't be there. And third, they have to find a way to send her out quietly. Um, I mean, she's already aware that she's leaving. Whether it can't be the end of September, they're not going to be done filming with all the rewrites and everything else that they're having to do with episode 9 to try and get us to watch that movie again. Not going to happen. But you know that's what's happening with her. Now there are lots of changes at Lucasfilm. There have been lots of changes at Lucasfilm. And there's going to continue to be lots of changes at Lucasfilm, and they're pretty drastic changes. But they've already started making them. They did this 2 months ago. They started making these changes 2 months ago. You're not going to see these changes take effect until episode 9. They're going to try and do everything they can do to give you a hand job from behind to make you go watch this movie. Period. Just to be honest with you. But after 9, we have some great stuff coming up. The D&D trilogy is going to be completely awesome. You're looking. There's the new president. Everybody will be extremely tickled shitless once I'm allowed to announce that shit. Because everybody's just gonna be tickled shitless. Because it's way better than KK. And then we don't have to worry about Carrie Hart in the story group anymore. It's going to be great. I mean, seriously, it's going to be great. There's lots of changes going on. So, and I do mean lots of changes going on. But they're all for the better. Every one of them have been all for the better. But all of them have been instigated by Bob Iger and Alan Horn themselves. It's not anything that KK has done to do any of this. It's all coming straight from Disney. Disney's like, you're done. We're gonna have to take the shit over now. And it's not like I could say I wouldn't have done anything any different than what they did. I just don't think I would have let it go as far as it did or last as long as it did. I mean, you're gonna. Bob gave her enough rope to hang herself, and she did. I mean, seriously, that's just how it is. Are they gonna unlock Luke? Oh, unfuck. Oh, never mind. I don't think you can unfuck anybody because if you could, I can think of a couple women right now. I wish I could. I wish I could. Yeah. The new president's gonna be freaking awesome. Man, seriously, it's there's a lot. Um, there's a lot of good changes coming, which is good. I mean, it really is because it's so hard to sit there and go through all this bullshit. And knowing you really didn't have to. You really didn't have to go through any of this. I mean, you could have just hired me to go up in there and as soon as you bought it out and done. We'd turn the company from a $4 billion company to a $50 billion company in 5 years' time instead of running it into the fucking ground. It is not the guy who brought back a dead franchise. Turns out, remember I told you there were two going for the job, Sean. There were two going for the job. Both of them wanted it, and both of them were in negotiations with it. Now, the one that did bring back the dead franchise was able to come to an agreement. It's he. We would have been happy with him too. Um, Yeah, don't freak out. There's somebody standing behind me, dude. I'm telling you, I was looking at this shit a while ago, like sitting there looking at the thing, and I was like, damn, it's like all of them are sitting there looking down on me, like they're all about to kill me and shit. It's kind of creepy. Um, I really need to put like a mask on this one right here because just seeing the faceless deal there is not I just don't like it. No, it's not Kevin Feige. No, no, he's staying in the MCU. You'll never see him leave the MCU until it's time for him to depart. And yes, what it love serious is what it looks like Slender Man. Um, so yeah, you're not gonna see him leave. He'll leave the MCU when it's time for him to retire. He's not gonna be leaving the MCU anytime soon. Plus, he's not president material. Um, but he is good at what he does. Um, so we'll just let him stay there. And that's where Filoni is going to be good at what he does. Well, Filoni is good at coming up with good ideas and good projects and making and following through and making sure that things go the way they're supposed to go as far as canon and everything else. So Feige is going to move over to creative, which he already has. He actually did this a while ago, but they had to make sure that Resistance got launched before it was announced because if you announce it before it launches, then they're going to think, oh, Filoni is abandoning this before we launch it, so it's really going to suck. Now, everybody's seen the trailer, and the last I looked, 72,000 downvotes on the trailer. I mean, come on. It's going to suck either way. So it's not because we're, just being spiteful or anything else that has to do with Star Wars. It's the fact that, we just call a dog a dog. So if it's a dog, it's a dog. Plain and simple. Ugh. Okay, we have been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So, hint number two, it's a man. Well, I'm not going to say it's a man. I'm going to say it has a penis. Here nowadays, that it doesn't mean anything. Um, oh God, no. Oh Jesus Christ, no. I said it'd be somebody we'd be happy with. You sitting there throw out damn James Cameron. Oh my God, Tim Burton. Gee, what in the teetotal? No. I'm waiting on our stuff to get back. Um, I sent her an email. What's today? Sunday. I sent her an email a week ago and haven't heard back. So, um, which is kind of unusual. Normally, I'll send her one and I'll get an email right back. But I sent her an email a week ago and haven't heard anything back. I sent the boxes to get the stuff signed. Um, so I don't know. Yes, that's yes. Yeah. Um, Star Wars took a shit pretty bad, man. I do too. The last time I talked to her, she was doing good, but she was going to have to go in. Her first surgery went well. It was a little rougher to go through the physical therapy and everything else, but the first surgery went well. But the next thing that she had to go through was that looking for more cancer, which is pretty damn invasive. That was the second thing that she had to do, which I'm not exactly sure on the date of it. And then she has the third surgery coming up too. So it could have just been the fact that she had that done this week, and I know the box was delivered, so I know she has it. So tracking number says she's got it. Disney owning everything is that's what's got me freaked out. Disney owning everything. You know, when one company owns everything, you get no diversity of anything. Everything just blends together. Yeah, yeah, exactly. If you're not familiar with the movie Idiocracy, oh my God, you got to watch it. Because that's exactly our world right now. You're not gonna, yeah, exactly. You're not gonna get any variety. You're just gonna get a bunch of reboots of the same bullshit over and over again, just like you've been getting. And exactly, no competition makes a shitty movie. Um, you don't have anybody to compete with, so um, you'll win every drag race out there if nobody else lines up beside you. So why would you ever make your car any faster? Why would you ever have to make your car any faster, or come up with a different thing that makes it faster, or come up with something that you can put more horsepower down to the ground? You don't. You don't have to do anything because there's nobody to run against. So it just makes it dull and makes you lazy and predictable until that one person decides that he's going to jump in the ring, and he's been doing shit to his stuff to make it a whole lot faster and make it hold a whole lot more horsepower, and then he kicks your ass, and you're sitting there behind the eight ball because you've done absolutely nothing. So you know that's pretty much what we got now, because 20th Century Fox now being part of Disney, really the only one that you have left is Warner Brothers, and fucking Looney Tunes cartoons don't do shit for me. The DC universe sucks. Um, and Universal's done. I mean, they've got nothing left. The only thing they've got left is well, they don't have anything. Oh, Paramount hasn't done anything in forever. I mean, they make chick flicks. Um, I think they did what? So this is 40 or whatever, or that which was I liked it, but I mean that's the kind of shit they do. They don't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it depends on who you screen it with. The only reason I'm gonna watch it is for the hot chick in it. I don't expect much out of it. It's fucking Aquaman. JJ's not gonna own anything. No, JJ won't own anything. What is going on, Spiritfire? Um, yeah, no, we don't have to worry about JJ. You really don't. JJ's gonna be worried about the damn Star Wars movies. Seeing as how all of his actors are leaving. So, yeah, the Resistance trailer looked awful. I'm actually looking forward to the season 2 of Discovery. Um, I really am. I'm looking forward to season 2 of Discovery. You got new writers. You've got Klingons that look like Klingons again. You got new ships that look more like the original ships, but not 1960s versions of the shit. Um, you who would I honestly don't want to watch um, the old original Star Trek made now. So I mean, there has to be a way to make it. I mean, even if you look at um, uh, the one that Scott Bakula was in, Enterprise. All right, their ship was more advanced and looked better, and their uniforms were more advanced and looked better than the original series, and nobody ever gave two shits or said anything. Um, but you get the Discovery stuff up there, and oh, well, the ships don't look the same, and they look way more advanced, and the uniforms look like they're from the future. Wait a minute. They've done this shit before in Enterprise. When they rebooted the frickin' movies, the Star Trek movies, um, the uniforms were revamped. The ships did not look the same. The ships looked different. They did the same thing in the original series. All right. Well, every time they did a movie, the ships weren't the same as they were in the TV series. So all that bullshit right there just went out the window. Now, the parts that people didn't really like was the Klingons didn't look like Klingons, and damn if everybody wasn't a fucking woman. Um, but that's the two things that people really had a problem with. Um, I don't have a problem with the freaking women. Um, I've said it before. When they went to the mirrored universe, man, the redhead was badass. Um, but yeah, well, most Star Trek fans are kind of weird. You know what I mean? Most Star Trek fans are really kind of weird. Um, and I'm a Star Trek fan, so but I'm not like the rest of them. I mean, I understand that you're going to have to change things. I mean, seriously, you're going to have to change things. Look what happened to Star Wars. They didn't change a fucking thing. This is still the same shit that's been going on for 40 years. The ships are still the same from 40 years ago. You don't think there's been any advance in technology or anything else since the beginning? You don't think? No, hell no. They're still riding around in the same damn ships and the same damn X-wings and the same this and the same that. There's going to have to be changes. Um, well, the Klingons should have been done differently. I do like the new Klingon um, costumes. I mean, seriously, I did like the new costumes. Um, yeah, exactly. I watched the first two episodes and I was like, uh, and then I kept going because it was on Netflix, and it just kept going and going and going and going, and I was like, I sit there and watched the whole freaking thing, and I was like, it come down to the end of it, and I was like, damn, all right, cool. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Pike. I'm actually looking forward to seeing this. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that. Um, but you had to give it a chance because it's such a drastic change right off the hit. Um, no, not right now. I really don't feel all that great right now. But it was just such a huge change from anything that they had done that most fans were just like, shit, the damn Orville is more Star Trek than Star Trek. And the Orville is a parody of Star Trek. Um, well, I mean, you could Doctor Toe, and then you could worry about a bunch of slobbering and shit, but I have my mouth is extremely dry right now, so it's hard to form a bunch of those words. That's because of the medicine. It just gives me dry mouth. Yes, I have cotton mouth for no reason, other than taking pills. But I mean, the Orville. That's what the Orville is. I mean, the Orville is just a parody of Star Trek, and people are like, "Well, it's more Star Trek than Star Trek." Okay, well, that's because they're trying to do something different. I give them credit for trying to do something different. I don't give them credit for the SJW messages and shit that were all up through it. But the more you got into it, it honestly wasn't bad. The mirrored universe was really got me. That's what really sucked me in. The mirrored universe. I'm not even going to lie about it. I mean, I was okay with it. It was getting better. It was getting better. It was getting better. And then, bam, the mirrored universe happened. When the mirrored universe happened, um, that shit got badass. Then I like that a lot. And exactly, I am with you 100%. Um, I wish they would have done the whole freaking thing um, in the damn mirrored universe. To be honest with you. Um, oh shit, you brought up Aaron Gray. Oh man, Buck Rogers. Love me some Aaron Gray. No, the medicine I'm having, the medicine I'm on right now gives me cotton mouth bad. Um, I mean, it had to be good enough to for me to want to make a uniform. So, but I do want the mirrored universe uniform. Yeah, I honestly, why didn't they do that? Yeah, let's do the whole damn series in the mirrored universe because now shit's different. The mirrored universe uniforms were freaking awesome. I have got to make one. The original, like the fronts and everything, that are gold, those are made in leather. Um, yeah, I actually watched the thing on how the lady made those, and I don't have the ability in order to do the leather work. Um, but I would love to have a mirrored universe uniform. That would be fucking awesome. Had to fix my bitch back there. Um, no, no. The only time they leave and get seen in public is when I'm wearing them at an event or when I'm killing Ray. That's when Deadpool comes out. Um, yeah. Why would you? Why would you leave her in your universe? I don't understand that. They just let her go. But see, it took people a little while to figure out that he was from the mirrored universe. Kept wondering why I had to put my eye drops in all the time. And then one of the first times where, well, I mean, you get to bang your commanding officer. So now Deadpool was, I was looking at the freaking, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, but well, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say he can't. Um, 'Cause they said he was dead, but you know, yeah, I agree. Um, that the Klingon prisoner, I can't remember his name. Um, and then all of a sudden, I'm yeah, if I would, it could be, it could be a rumor of Lorca's death. Um, because I actually liked his character. I liked his character. I thought he did a great job. Um, I really enjoyed the costumes. The mirrored universe costumes were badass. I mean, they really were. I would really, really, really love to make one of those. But I don't have the skill to do that. So, I mean, I can make the underneaths and everything else, but I mean, I can't make. And they want way too much for the freaking blasters. Oh my god, the phasers. They want way too much money for the freaking phasers, and I'm like, I'm not paying that much for it. And they got people that are 3D printing them, that are selling them as a kit and everything else, and it's not the same. Um, just because something looks cool on the outside doesn't make it right. Um, and a bunch of people probably haven't even noticed yet, but you see Darth Vader right here. Um, well, he's actually got his lightsaber stabbed um, through Kylo Ren right here. Yeah, he's actually stabbing him. That's what he thinks of his grandson right there. You wuss. So Vader stabbed Kylo. That's pretty cool. Yeah, show me the darkness. There you go. You just saw the darkness right there. And just there's your darkness. Um, yeah, but I mean that just gives me the um, that no, I will not do anything from the Praetorian Guard or the Knights of Ren, unless it looks cool. If they make one of the Knights of Ren look cool, the Praetorian Guard stuff, not so much. Um, but now, depending on how the Knights of Ren look in Episode 9, if they have one that looks cool, like I want to do an acolyte, um, because that's just cool. Um, Bonnie, you just got called a hoe. Ron Navy just called you a hoe. Yeah, so probably not with the Praetorian Guards. The Knights of Ren, I'm not even. They tried to make Kylo look way too much like um, Revan, and yeah, I didn't like that at all. Yeah, looks way too much like Revan. And from the pictures or from the drawings that I saw of Kylo's new mask, it's going to look even closer to Revan, which is a big mistake. You're right. They don't. They have no imagination of their own. They have to go and steal shit from everything else. I really don't care about 9 either. I do like interesting looking costumes though. Um, like Mike from Let's Talk Star Wars is going to help me um, make a Darth Maul. Um, he's got that shit down pat, Darth Maul down pat. So he's going to help me make a Darth Maul. So I'll have a Darth Maul. That'd be awesome. Um, and I really want a Vader. Um, we're waiting on some stuff to come in now. So and then I'd like to have a. I really don't want to have a Bane. I really don't care to have a Bane costume. Although I do like the character, I don't really want a Bane. Um, Phantom Menace Maul. Well, I do want a Vader, but not really worried about Vader. I mean, I want one, but I really want to do the mirrored universe Star Trek on 2, but I'll probably get on that. I still have 3 more stormtroopers to put together, so yeah, I don't want Robo Leg Maul. I'm good. I mean, and this is a Obi-Wan. This is a friggin' Obi-Wan right there. So don't really need a Obi-Wan. Um, I don't want a Ray. I don't want a Ray. Although I have 9 of them. I have 9. I have 9 Ray costumes now. Um, yeah. Go out because I'm going to destroy every one of them with Deadpool. Deadpool's going to kill her that many times. So uh, Deadpool's going to kill the shit out of her. So I don't know. I don't know why he wasn't in that. He should have been in that rope, but he wasn't. Well, thanks, Mr. Pete. Like Jeremy just went live. Awesome. Transfer over. Um, yeah, we talked about it a while ago. I want a Batman so bad. Not Batfleck. Um, I'm talking about Dark Knight. I want a Dark Knight bad. Um, as far as Marvel costumes go, Deadpool's about as far up into Marvel as I really want. I don't really care about Captain Marvel. I don't really. I really, honestly, don't care to have an Iron Man. Um, I really don't want a Spider Man. I really don't want a Spider Man. And now, you know, start getting into X Men. Would I like a Wolverine? Sure, hell yeah, big fan of Wolverine. Um, always loved Wolverine. Um, and I want comic book version as well. You know what I mean? I want comic book version um, as well. That would be awesome. I would really love the comic book version, which there is a company that makes it. I don't know how good it would be. Um, I don't know how good it'll be. It looks good on their website, but well, that what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using Cable's time machine. So I'm going to kill her, um, and then I'm going to use the time machine to go back in time, meet her again, kill her a different way, and then use his time machine to go back in time, meet her again, kill her again in a different way. And now somebody's pointed out, well, shit, I might as well just put Revan in there too. So I might go back in time, take Ray's ass with me, and Revan and Deadpool both just take turns killing the shit out of her. There's all kinds of options. I mean, at one point, there's a lawnmower involved. I know that for a fact. The other is there's a Zamboni. The other thing that I'm going to do is I actually do have a cricket bat. I do have a lot of Brits as subscribers. So I have a cricket bat that I'm just going to pretty much just bludgeon her ass to death. Um, and I'm hoping Emma whittles that damn boomerang because I will have him just pull that shit out and throw it and have it take her head off on the way back. Um, there's so many things that are going. She's gonna die in many different weird ass ways. A buddy of mine owns a school bus, and well, Ray doesn't know anything about crosswalks, I guess. So Ray's going to get killed by a school bus, which is going to be awesome because I've mixed up have a 5 gallon bucket. Um, I have a 5 gallon bucket of blood, which I will probably go to Lowe's probably tomorrow and get 2 more 5 gallon buckets so I can come back and make some more blood so I can have 15 gallons of blood because she's going to get killed a lot. Um, like he's going to kill you, and then he's going to come back and kill you again and some more. I mean, it's going to be brutal, but it's Deadpool. Yeah, everything's brutal in Deadpool. Um, there's obviously she's going to get shot multiple times, but she's going to get shot the way he was shooting Francis. Not shot enough to kill her, just shot enough to make her. You know, there's so many ways to kill Ray because she's unkillable and unstoppable with her freaking magical force vagina in the new series. But in our universe, she doesn't have all those powers, which is pretty cool. And there might even be a lightsaber duel. Um, uh, who knows? I'm just looking forward to doing it. I can't wait for it to happen either. I can't wait to start doing it. Um, I want the freaking video to go as viral as possible. Um, so I've got to get everything set up. I mean, there's a lot of shit I want to do, but I mean, I got to build sets for a bunch of that other stuff. But because I can't just like run out in the middle of the freaking woods. Um, yeah, we're gonna do some cool shit, man. With killing Ray, it'll be freaking awesome killing Ray. Not, I mean, not like I don't like Daisy Ridley. I actually do. Um, love Daisy Ridley. Actually, I think she's a very beautiful girl. I just think they have just mishandled the whole thing. Um, I actually, if they would have went ahead and just done it and made her Jaina Solo, um, and trained her in the Force and had Luke train her and had Kylo turn into because we already know he's Jason Solo. Um, you know, and then have them to fight it out. That'd have been great. Um, but we all know that that's what JJ did. He just, ooh, I'm gonna give it a twist. I'm gonna do that with it and swap names. Oh wow, man, you're a genius, JJ. That's great. Um, yeah. So I'd have been, they'd have been better off doing it like that. So it's not like I don't like Daisy Ridley. It's just the whole character of Ray and everything she gets is just freaking handed to her, and she doesn't have to do anything. And so I might, and I've thought about how to do it. And a buddy of mine runs a it's actually pretty funny. He runs oh god, for Halloween. Um, you go to him for Halloween. Shit, trying to remember. Um, anyway, he runs one of them spooky places for Halloween. So he has this thing called the birth canal. So if we put the camera in the right position, um, yeah, haunted house. Um, so he's got this thing called the birth canal. So if we put the camera at the correct position, it will look as though Deadpool is actually being birthed by Ray. And I'm just trying to figure out how to work that in. I mean, should I have Deadpool just like kill her on the way out, or should it be the whole beginning of everything? Ray has given birth to Deadpool through her magical force vagina, and all Deadpool wants to do is kill her for being in there, for the stanky tuna box. You have had me in this stanky tuna box for, yeah. So, that's what sets him off on his little killing spree. Her stanky tuna box. Um, I think it would be um, awesome. Um, no, honestly, I haven't even looked. I know the Last Jedi DVD sales were horrible, but I haven't looked at them recently. And Netflix is not doing good. When it first came out, it had a 5 rating, 5-star rating. And I think now it's down to like a 3-star rating. So there's lots of people that are watching it that didn't get to watch it in the movie theater that are just giving it a freaking 2 or a 1. Um, it's not doing great. I would like to see a Thrawn movie. I would like to see a Thrawn movie with I would like to see a Thrawn movie with Colin Trevorrow. Actually, I would like to see a Vader movie done by Colin Trevorrow. I would actually love to see that. They have a great idea. Um, um, they have a great idea sitting in front of them right now. I know because I sent it to them. Um, you know, um, well, The Last Jedi has it's in the $1.99 bin right now at Walmart. Seriously. So, if I wore my Deadpool shit and shot up in there right now, I could walk by the Last Jedi $1.99 bin that's sitting right in the middle of the freaking aisle, and Venom does look okay right now. Um, I how it's gonna turn out, I don't know. I don't know. When it comes to Venom movies, um, yeah, seriously, they're in the $1.99 bin right now. Let's see here. Who directed Empire Strikes Back, and why isn't he more famous? You talking about Irvin Kershner? Um, well, he I originally turned it down, and that was that was yeah, he originally turned that down, and I think it was his when I was watching the video, I think that was his manager said, "Are you crazy?" Um, you know, so he went back and said, "Sure, he'd do it." Of course, Lucas wrote it, and I mean, Lucas did help out. Don't get me wrong, because Kirshner was second unit director on the original Star Wars. So it's not like he hadn't directed anything before. And second unit director is way better than third unit director. Third unit director, pretty much, um, product placement, shit like that. Like they're getting up for the bar, or the bartenders give him a drink, and there's a close up of him putting the drink on the bar. There you go. That's what third unit director does. Um, Seriously, that's what the third unit director does. And the third unit director in Star Wars, was you would see R2's third foot come down. That's what the third unit director did. That's he directed that foot coming down and made sure those shots got done. That's what third unit directors do. So he was a second unit director, which a lot more responsibility. Um, and he did a great job on Empire Strikes Back. He did a really great job. Now it's not like Lucas didn't have a bunch of influence over it. It was more of a team effort, and he stayed with Lucasfilm. He kept his relationship up with George Lucas, and back then it is not like today where there was loyalty, and they knew there was a Return of the Jedi coming, and there was other stuff that they wanted to do, and you know um, I don't know why he's not more famous. I mean, he's pretty famous to us, but I mean he was up in age at the time, so you know I don't remember who the third unit director was on Star Wars, and because that's how important they are. Seriously, um, I could tell you who the best boy or the gaffer was before I could tell you who the third unit director was on any film. And that's just because the third unit director really, seriously, that's what they do. Close up shots and this and that don't involve the actors. They can use pretty much anybody or anything else. That's what the third unit director does. And it, I wouldn't even want to be one. I mean, really, it's like saying, "Hey, you made the baseball team. You get to be the water boy." Oh, awesome! Second unit director is the one I always had to work with. Was second unit director, um, and second unit director is is cool. Second unit director does a lot. Um, he or she is responsible for directing the entire scene and what everybody does. Where no matter what dialogue is in it, or no matter you have to hit your marks. And he he or she does the same job that the director does. The director just doesn't have any part of it, and that's the ones I've always had to do. So, I've always had to work with those the second unit directors, which um, never had a problem with one either. Well, the last picture I saw of George Lucas, he didn't look good. I mean, he had gained a ton of weight. Hair was all messed up. Man looked homeless. Seriously. I mean, if he wasn't a multi-billionaire worth like $7.5 billion, I mean, I would have bought him a sandwich. Um, well, all right, guys, it is getting late. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna get me some sleep, and um, oh, Deadpool's gonna just. That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna see what Deadpool's gonna do to Ray anyway. Um, yeah, you're gonna see him just kill Ray just over and over and over again. I'm gonna do it with as much imagination as I could possibly do. Um, yeah, I'm gonna. I got to go take some more meds now, and then I've got to drink this nasty shit, and then I have to immediately go to bed. So, because if I don't immediately go to bed, wherever the hell I'm at is where I'm gonna be in the morning when I wake up. So, I am going to do another video tomorrow. I will go more into the Batista stuff because I know some of you joined late because you didn't get a notification or anything else. There's actually a couple of things that Batista did that are just that silly son bitch done lost his mind, and he needs somebody to do a little bit of roasting. So I know somebody who likes to do that stuff. Um, know him up close, know him personal, and knowing they just did a Ryan Johnson. So that's going to be awesome. So I'll have that video done, and that video should be up by 12 o'clock tomorrow. And I'm going to go through both articles, so you can go through both of them. I could do two videos and kind of mic zero it and get views on this one and views on that one. I might end up doing that because I need to get more views so we can get our subs up. But either way, both of those videos will be up tomorrow. Batista is in a bad spot, and that stupid ass has lost his mind again. I think he has permanently lost his mind forever. Um, so I will have those videos up. Of course, we talked about it a little bit tonight, but I'll try and be a little bit more entertaining with it tomorrow, and try and throw my little spin on things. And of course, I'm gonna call him out just like I do everybody else. Um, is what it is. Um, I, everybody knows up front I'm an asshole, and as long as you own that shit, nothing else you can do. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. I will go ahead and get those two videos done as soon as I wake up in the morning. I'll go ahead and get those done, and then I'll get those posted up, and then tomorrow is Monday, so we will have our normal Monday night Rebel Alliance. Normally it would be at 9 o'clock, but tomorrow night, since it's pretty much everybody's off tomorrow, we're gonna start at 8 instead of 9, so we can get a little bit more time in before it gets too damn late. Because a lot of times, we get to going, and man, whenever we get going, we just get going. Um, Damn. I mean, seriously, it just gets going and going and going. And so 8 o'clock tomorrow night gives us an extra hour of normal time. So we don't have to stay up. Because shit, me and DJ have been up until 4:30 in the freaking morning until the chat completely quits. 8 hours in, because it only lets you go 8 hours before it shuts you off. And that bitch will shut us off. And I got news for you. I don't have the energy for that shit now, and I have got to be at work on Tuesday. I'm not. I'm not gonna say I'm not used to having to work, because I mean I've always had to build all the motors and transmissions and do a lot of fab work and stuff like that. But I mean I just don't feel good right now. So trying to do both and then putting all the hours in and everything else is not helping. So um, normally I'd be able to do both, and I would just go into work with no damn sleep. But we'll start at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Um, so that way, give us a little bit extra time, and yeah. And just to put this out there, now I don't normally bring up, like things that are bad, especially not at the end of a show. Because or at the end of a live stream, because everybody's all up, and the whole point is to try and make people laugh. Give them information, make them laugh, make them feel better, get their mind off of a lot of the things that we don't like that's going on right now. So we do that during the live streams. The live streams, that's exactly what they're for. We give information, we do everything else, but we try and make people laugh, try and get your mind off of things. Everybody needs a break. Everybody. But Bonnie's daughter, not Alyssa, Bonnie's oldest daughter or older daughter. I don't know if it's her oldest. I think it's her oldest daughter. Um, of course, had a miscarriage. There is a GoFundMe page, which Bonnie can put a link up to. There's a GoFundMe page for the funeral. She was 4 months pregnant, so she actually had to give birth. Um, this would have been her third. This would have been her third child, and it was a boy. So they need to get. There's a GoFundMe page which Bonnie will put a link up to. Anything you can donate would be great. I'm sure the family would appreciate it a lot. They're up in New York, so Bonnie's not able to get up there, and um, she's feeling all mama guilty and everything else that she can't get up there, or she's not around or anything else. But um, yeah, it's a pretty sad situation. I mean, Alyssa's down. She's taking it kind of rough. Of course, Bonnie's absolutely taking it rough. Like I said, Bonnie will put a link to the GoFundMe page up there. If not, you can always just yeah, there it is right there, and it'll also be it's also up on her. Um, I've retweeted it. Lots of people have retweeted it on Twitter, so you can always find it there too. So I know there's not been many donations, but and it's yeah okay. So it's also on the Facebook page according to Bonnie. So like I said, Bonnie's awesome. There's no way in hell I can keep up with all this stuff. Um, the only thing I can do is I can be the face that gets all the shit from everybody because I don't mind throwing shit back just like a monkey at a zoo. Doesn't bother me a bit. Um, anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. The guys that came in late, people that came in late, the girls that came in late, ladies that came in late, the women that came in late, however you like to be called, whatever pronoun you like. Um, I don't even, that's kind of weird to even say nowadays, but I appreciate all y'all stopping in, and I appreciate every one of y'all. So I will see y'all in the videos tomorrow. We will have two Bautista videos where we will be roasting and roasting again and making sure that he gets fired. But that's what he wants to do. So by God, I am just going to help him do it. So, and then we have our Rebel Alliance tomorrow night, and that'll be fun as hell. Always is. There'll be some good times going on. Well, trust me, we're going to get way off target. And just for shits and giggles, um, go to my Teespring and check out the two new shirts, and let me know what you think about the two new shirts that I came up with today. Um, I think everybody will get a giggle out of them. You don't have to buy one. I'm just saying, go check them out. You'll know the two new ones. Trust me, you'll know the two brand new ones right off the rip. Um, so they're pretty awesome shirts, and I'm gonna send each one of them to to Ryan Johnson. So but anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow in the videos, and then I'll see y'all in person tomorrow night at the live stream. DJ, we'll see you tomorrow night. Bonnie, have a good night. Everybody that's left, Greg, M1, Ron, um, Ryan, good night. I will see everybody in the next live chat. James Clark, always good to see you in the live chat. Eric, if you're still here, always good to see you in the live chat. Invader hasn't been here in a while. Maximus, was good seeing you in the live chat too. Spirit Fire Soldier, always a pleasure. Um, you know, Ryan, um, y'all guys are freaking awesome. If I had 70,000 subs, I would just want it to be all of y'all, and just multiplied by the same people. Seriously, Peter Hansen, always, Tauntaun girl. I haven't even commented. See, you just been chilling off and just listening. I will do my best to take care of myself. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Ryan, good night. I will. It's okay. You know what? It's fine to come late. Not a big deal. The live streams are just something we do that's fun. Everybody gets to get information, and everybody gets to have a laugh, and everybody gets to have a chuckle. Oh, you just got here. Oh, okay. Well, this was just an impromptu because I had to miss Thursday night because I had to work. I had to go to the doctor that morning. By the time I got done, it was too late. So then I had to go to work because it took a long time at the doctor. And then when I went to work, I was at work until 1:30 in the morning. So I didn't really get a chance to do the Rebel Alliance on Thursday night. So I figured today, might as well. Had a chance to do one in a while, and was kind of itching. After doing a little rearranging up in here, you'll see that there's a whole bunch more lightsabers and everything else in the background back there now. And I do mean a whole bunch more. And the thing is there's more actually coming that are going to be here Tuesday or Wednesday. A whole bunch more. So, so after putting all that stuff out, I was like, well, shit, the computer's here, everything else is here. Let's go live, see who's alive. And plus, I wanted to check out the new version 3.0 of YouTube's new live stream, which hasn't lagged and didn't crash. So yes, I did. I did get it. So yeah, I really just wanted to check out their new live stream, and you know, we had problems with their old live streams crashing and crashing and crashing, and this one no lag and no crash. So, oh man, Ryan, yeah, the child sized freaking, oh yeah, that was freaking awesome. I did get that exact. I got that exactly for Ryan Johnson. I mean, kids need lightsabers too. So, and it is actually a battle saber, so you can actually battle with it. You can go out there and beat the crap out of a tree. Yeah, seriously, it's. But yeah, so hopefully he'll respond, and I'll be able to send him his lightsaber. Um, but I'm afraid that him and James Gunn would probably be putting it in inappropriate places. So anyway, I will see y'all in the next video, and we'll definitely see y'all live tomorrow night on the live stream. We'll have some fun, and we've got a whole bunch to go over tomorrow night. There was a lot of stuff I didn't really go over tonight or touch on tonight that I'm going to touch on tomorrow night. But we will see y'all then. Everybody have a good night, and have a good tomorrow. Everybody enjoy your what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Labor Day, right? Memorial Day, Labor Day. It's a holiday. My guys are off. I'm not going to work. So, hey, um, I'm on drugs. You can't mess with me right now. I'm on medication. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow.